Good afternoon. I'm Ryan Baker. After snapping a 5-game losing streak on Tuesday, the Columbus Blue Jackets looking to make it back-to-back wins when they host the Minnesota Wild at Nationwide tonight. Jet Greaves gets the start in goal. Zach Aston Reese, who has been a healthy scratch recently, returns to the lineup in place of Brendan Gaunce. Gaunce is in Cleveland as he and his wife are expecting the birth of their child. Pre-game coverage here on The Fan gets underway at 6:30 tonight. Puck drop is at 7. The 21st-ranked Ohio State women's basketball team in action tonight, hosting Norfolk State at 6:30. Tyler Danberg has the call over on The Fan 2 beginning at 6:15. Tip is at 6:30. Thursday night football, a big NFC West matchup as the Seattle Seahawks host the Los Angeles Rams at 8:15. You can hear that one over on The Fan 2 immediately after the Buckeyes women's basketball game. Breaking sports news as it happens on The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
It's time to add some spice to your nooner. Nooner funny. This is the place where big-time guests, bold opinions, and little cute doggies come together. This is Rothman and Ice.
Sponsored by Pella Columbus, the #1 rated windows and doors in Columbus.
All right, here we go. Rothman and Ice. Anthony Rothman, Matty Ice Hayes, and the Loose Cannon boys. How we feeling?
Feeling great, man. Feeling great. College football playoff right around the corner.
Playoffs.
Big one tonight in the NFL and the NFC West. And
I got something for you on that.
Back in here with you guys and our wonderful listeners. What up to everybody in the chat? How we feeling today? You good?
All right, so we'll have Ian Hartitz on from Fantasy Life at 1:30. Now, before you all say, oh, I don't want to hear about fantasy.
Well, before you do that,
I want to hear about fantasy.
How are you? You good today? You know, I know
I'm locked in.
I can tell.
I'm locked in.
I'm checking in on my boy, making sure
I'm locked in. This is the most important thing ever.
Okay, I got you. It is a big
I already
weekend.
feel like, and I'm not ready to just bail on my team and just say it's over. But
taking people behind the curtains a little bit, AR and I have talked so much about the fantasy playoffs, like in between every segment, before and after the show. It just consumes everything.
What am I waiting to win an Oscar? Like, come on.
You got Emmys already.
Not right. They told you this before. I don't have a manuscript. I don't have a manuscript in my desk. I'm not here to write the great American novel. I don't want to direct movies. I don't want to paint. I like sports.
The EGOT is the Emmys, Grammys, Oscars, Tonys?
Correct. Tony.
Okay.
The Tony's taking me to Sardi's. So I was looking up on whether or not, and I'll tease it this way, we may have a live bench ad on the air with Ian Hartitz.
I'm here for it.
But I want to warn you about one thing.
Yeah.
This is the deep dive that you have to do in fantasy if you're thinking about changing for offensive stats. The game is in Seattle, correct?
Yeah, 12s will be rocking. 12s will be rocking.
Rainy, windy, gusty. What do you think of that, Hattie?
Well,
that I bring to the table. Real feel 39.
Yeah.
Probably in the second half with wind gusts in the 30s.
I don't love hearing this because I'm a guy that in my other league scooped up Colby Parkinson, the tight end for the Rams that has been cooking with hot grease here recently. And so I had a lot of confidence waking up this morning that he was ready to go, and especially AR if we don't see Devontae Adams suiting up for the Rams, which I don't think he
on paper, it's a nice play.
It is.
He's been hot.
Yeah.
He's attached to Stafford. And no Devontae means more targets, a lot of tight end sets they run. Seattle's defense is pretty good. But I'm just out there now thinking that this doesn't feel great. The over-under is 42.5. And for these two teams that can score, I'm not loving that.
Okay, I'm going to roll with it. With it because I don't have really any other option better than him. But he's been one of the hottest names in the fantasy streets over the last 48 hours. That's for sure.
We'll get Ian's feel on that at 12:30.
Can't wait.
So that's what we're locked in for. That's it.
It's a massive game, too.
And we get to hear Al Michaels tonight, correct?
On Amazon? I think it's Al and Herbie,
And
right?
we get to hear him do his Colby Parkinson.
Oh, I don't think I've caught this yet.
Oh, I think it's his favorite name to call.
I have not caught this yet.
I can't do an Al Michaels, but the people that can attach Colby Parkinson to the impersonation all the time.
Okay.
The multiple syllables helps.
Who did Gruden used to love when he was on the call? Somebody that played for the Falcons, I think. Like Gruden had a name that he really leaned into, I think, when he was on the call. And that's bugging me that I can't remember, but he was one of those guys that was all in on somebody's name and really locked in.
Recently?
No, this was years ago when he was doing Monday Night Football. That's bad on me for not remembering, but I gotta Man, I want to say it was somebody that played for the Falcons. Could be way off on that.
So you need to do a deep dive on finding Al Michaels saying Colby Parkinson. He loves it. All right, so we'll have Ian Hartitz at 12:30, and we'll have Mike Petraglia at 2:30 talking Bengals, and then we'll try to bring Joe Burrow into the therapy session and see if we can't work some things out for him. Because it feels like he needs either a 5-touchdown day or just shut her down and just kind of just decompress from the season.
Yeah, just some lingering comments or maybe some odd comments to me that if you were a Bengal fan, I think you got to be a little uncomfortable with what the future could potentially look like. So, yeah, we'll definitely have to get into that.
I did see, we've always talked about this, like most of us, if we win the lottery, we'll check out and do some things we love and do some things we never had a chance to do as we bless the reins. And I would say that you, though, will come in for 3 days a week.
Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Yeah, so you're not even really, like, if anything, I would do the Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And then I would have these long weekends. The Monday, Wednesday, Friday, see, if I was coaching you, I'd say, hey, no, just rip off 3 in a row, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then have Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and then you're at all.
Yeah, I like that counsel from you. I do like that. My mind went to the things I would be able to talk about. Reacting on Mondays, kind of the midweek thing.
Maddie, you're a lottery winner. You come in here and talk about whatever you want.
That's true.
Even if we've already talked about it.
And I did kind of move the goalposts on myself, and I was like, I don't know if I'm coming in the building. I'll zoom in.
Yeah,
I'll pull the Uncle Bo. I'll pull the Uncle Bo and do the show from the crib. Yeah.
So I saw that the Penguins, the mighty Pittsburgh Penguins, are going to be sold here to new owners. And so Fenway Sports Group is out after 4 years, and they're being sold to the Hoffman family. And I don't know. They're Chicago-based. I don't know who they are. I don't know much about it. I probably should. But they're in the hockey. They've dipped their toe in the hockey waters before, like with an ECHL team. And one of the guys is the CEO of the companies, and they've really always been interested in acquiring an NHL or an NBA team. So now he got his wish. And so, but here we are. And I would say if you had all the money in the world, I don't think I'd want to go franchise. I don't know why. I know it's the ultimate toy for a sports fan to say I'm the owner of a franchise. Mm-hmm. They don't all make money. I know a lot of them do. Like if you're Dallas or, you're the Knicks, those teams are going to make money all the time. But I don't like if I said to you, you could own the Ravens or I could own the Vikes or he could own the Steelers. Would that be the ultimate thing to have to manage that and feel like to be a liked owner? Or I guess the goal is to bring a championship or another one in his case or another one in your case. I think if I was the owner of the Vikes, you'd be fine because you'd be buying into a situation where they don't have a Super Bowl. And maybe you could one day be the owner that delivered that. But I don't know if the owners ever really get a good shake on this. Like even if they have a great team, they're not loved. They're mostly hated.
It's rare that you really see the owner out in front kind of getting the credit. And even when we watched Brady and Belichick ripping off all those Super Bowls, nobody was really, I think, pointing to Robert Kraft as the reason why. And so with the way that I'm wired, AR, I wouldn't want to do all the board meetings and just all the stuff that you still have to do as work kind of day in and day out as an owner of a team. If I was that wealthy, I'm just cutting checks to some charities and then I'm everywhere around the world. You wouldn't be able to find me. I don't think I'd want to do that everyday type of grind.
I would say buy the 50-yard line suite.
Okay.
Have that, and that would be your attachment to the team. For me, now I say that never having the opportunity and never will, but you're right. Robert Kraft, even Irsay in his heyday was, I know he's kind of quirky, but I don't think your guy is Steve Bisciotti.
Yeah.
Is he the guy?
Yeah, he's there. Yeah.
People like the Rooney family. I mean, you can't argue with the track record, with the Rooney's in charge, but now it's kind of just
I'm more concerned about the Pirates in that part of town.
Yeah, fair enough.
I could save them, but I don't know what I'd do. If I had all the money in the world, I would definitely donate some payroll. I wouldn't probably fund the entire thing. I might donate them a couple contracts for players.
Because then you got to his point, you got to keep cutting checks, AR. You know, you got to sign off on those $40 million a year type of contracts for your quarterback. That's your money.
Then you get you're always going to run into when the stadium gets old and the new I need a new state-of-the-art stadium, so I got to hold the city franchise
You got to put on a hard hat and look at some blueprints.
Yeah, exactly.
It's too much work.
I mean, I'm looking at some of these teams, and I'm just like, as I'm looking at standings, I'm like, okay, so Robert Kraft, New England, pretty solid. When he got Belichick, that's a massive move, right?
Yeah.
Irsay compared to his father, Bob. Your boy, Steve Bisciotti. He's a good owner. The Rooney family, I think they have a certain floor of respect for a lot of sports fans. Arthur Blank, I think, is liked. I was looking at the Falcons. He's liked. I don't know he's missed on a couple coaching hires, but he's fairly liked. But yeah, I don't even see this as something I would do.
No, I don't think it's that enjoyable. Yeah. I don't think I would enjoy doing it.
And it's touted as really the ultimate toy for a guy who loves sports.
Yeah, it's a flex. Being a billionaire over and over again and being able to cut a check like that to own a team. But like we were saying, there's just so much to do after that. When I make it, if I ever make it, which I won't, but if I did in my crazy mind, you won't be able to find me. I'm on a yacht somewhere, private jet here. I'm just completely off the grid. I kind of live my life like that now.
I remember when I was doing the show with Bo, it's when Haslam got the Browns. And he and I were doing that show, and we both had this feeling that since he was a minority interest owner in the Steelers, that this was an instant credibility. That he knows how to win. He's been part of a great culture. Yeah. It had that feel to it.
And he's handed out one of the worst contracts in NFL history.
Now it's
sports history.
Yeah. But when we did it, it sounded pretty good on
credibility
paper.
To it. Yeah,
there was.
I get it.
All right, we're going to come back. Speaking of the Browns, Kevin Stefanski, should he have some staying power? We'll discuss the details next. Rothman and Ice and the Fan.
A lot has changed in 30 years, but we're still that old shoe that feels worn in and well-loved. And, we smell a little, but you've accepted that. The Fan.
This Christmas, get a bonus AI Essentials course when you enroll in any My Computer Career IT program by the end of the year. That's a $3,900 value. Attend classes online or on campus. Enjoy lifetime job placement support and IT certifications in high demand. Go to mycomputercareer.edu today and take the free career evaluation. That's mycomputercareer.edu, an elite CompTIA certification partner. Conditions apply to AI offer and financial aid is available to those who qualify, including the GI Bill.
At High Bank Distillery, they believe every pour should tell a story. Their Whiskey War spirits tell the story of Prohibition in every sip and was awarded the best blended whiskey in America 3 years running. Enjoy High Bank's nationally recognized spirits distilled right here in Ohio. Drink the best. Forget the rest. Learn more at highbankdistillery.com.
'Tis the season to be hungry at Roosters. That's why for every $50 spent on Roosters gift cards, you'll receive a $10 Rooster Buck back in your stocking. May your holidays be filled with friends and family, love and laughter, and of course, Roosters Wings. Go to roosterswings.com today or drop by any Roosters location to purchase your $50 holiday gift cards and receive a $10 Rooster Buck in return. Happy holidays from all of us at Roosters. Roosters, a fun, casual joint.
Would you enjoy watching a football game if the officials were paid a bonus for every flag they threw? Or a basketball game where the refs got paid for every foul they called? Okay, how about hiring a furnace and AC company that pays its technicians by the number of parts they can sell you? Hi, this is Dennis, president of Care Heating and Cooling, and today, this is how many companies operate. They call it performance pay, and it rewards technicians by paying them more for billing you more. Why is this bad? Because it abuses your trust in a technician to be treated fairly and honestly. At Care, we've been family-owned for 31 years and have always paid our technicians by the hour for repairs. We'll show you exactly what needs to be fixed and why, and give you our low upfront costs before we start. And unlike other companies, our technicians will never be rewarded for throwing more flags. Our Central Ohio-based staff is here for you 7 days a week. Care Heating and Cooling. Book an appointment online at careheatingandcooling.com or call us at 1-800-COOLING. When you need a company you can trust.
All your favorite fan shows are on YouTube, along with those fake YouTube ads like Chew This Gum and It Grows New Teeth. Experience the splendor of Bo sitting in his closet, Timmy Hall's gaudy gold chains, and Matty Ice wearing a coat in 90-degree weather. It's all there. Head to YouTube and subscribe today.
Millions of fans agree this Christmas tradition rocks. Trans-Siberian Orchestra, live in concert, presenting The Ghosts of Christmas Eve, the best of TSO and more. December 23rd, 2 shows, Nationwide Arena. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. Trans-Siberian Orchestra. A portion of the proceeds benefits the James and Heather Pick Music Program.
Do you suffer every time you try to wear good-looking shoes, but you don't want to wear ugly shoes just because they're comfortable? The Good Feet store wants to help you wear heels, boots, and dress shoes again in comfort. Trade in your bad feet for good feet.
Thanks to the Good Feet store.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy real estate as is fast for cash. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. I buy vacant properties, inherited homes, divorce situations, death in the family. I even buy my tenants won't pay me the rent houses. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy real estate as is fast for cash. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. I buy vacant properties, inherited homes, divorce situations, death in the family. I even buy my tenants won't pay me the rent houses. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
As we go into the afternoon, wild, warm winds will help those temperatures get into the mid to low 50s for central Ohio. A mix of sun and clouds early with chances of rain developing a little bit in the afternoon and early evening, but the biggest, heaviest will be overnight into the early morning hours on Friday. Switching into some snow showers for Friday morning. For the Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with the 10 Weather Impact Forecast.
Bet365, the official online sports book of Rothman and Ice. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Miss a minute of Rothman and Ice? Check out the podcast.
Type in Rothman and Ice wherever you get your podcasts. Download and subscribe.
Back to Rothman and Ice.
So I haven't found Al Michaels saying Colby Parkinson, but I know he loves to. And you're going to kick yourself badly on this one. You were close.
Tough look for me.
But it's...
What team?
I have one of the teams.
Yeah, you're not going to get it on teams.
I have highlight stuck in my head. So I got one of the teams right. Atlanta was a part of this.
Okay.
Yeah, I would
say...
Were they
on the receiving end?
I'll give you two teams, but you're not going to get it. I know 100% you're not going to get it, but I'll give you two teams.
Are these the two teams that the guy played for?
Yes.
Okay.
The Bears and the Bengals.
He works here.
Okay, he did get it. Why did you already know that going in? Because those teams couldn't have.
Well, a YouTube commenter said that.
Oh, there you go.
He's in the chat.
He pulled a CB right there.
Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Staying on it.
Yeah.
Staying on it. That
he pulled a CB.
For a guy that I've worked with now for 2 years every Saturday.
No, that's what I'm saying. If you didn't see the chat, you wouldn't have gotten it.
Correct. But I didn't, that didn't even register to me. So, if you threw out two completely random teams, then it wouldn't have gotten it. And Ice, like you said,
tough party foul.
You've been working with him.
Party foul on me, for sure.
Gruden loves saying Sanzenbacher.
The highlight I had burned into my brain was Dane's punt return on Monday Night Football against the Atlanta Falcons when he was in Cincinnati and Gruden's going crazy on the call saying Sanzenbacher. So, Dane, he's probably going to catch wind of this, and I'll probably get bodied on our pregame show, but I deserve it.
Very nice. Here's a tweet from Zachary. Steve Ballmer, the Clippers.
Borensky?
Good owner. No, it wasn't Z.
He's probably getting his
By the way,
right?
I'm going to respond to him because you're right. Because if you have an owner that can allegedly get you a no-show job, didn't he set that up for Kawhi Wasn't he involved in that?
And they were giving him everything, like helicopter stuff.
He was like
condos right by the stadium.
Cooking the books on the salary cap.
That whole situation's still kind of up in the air with him working with this company that is or is not a real thing. I don't know. But I think to that person's point about Ballmer, if you're a fan, I think you're kind of always on board with your owner if you see them continually cut checks and continue to swing a lot at just maybe not even big time players, but you're seeing they're trying to upgrade the roster constantly. I think you earn some respect with your fan base, whether it works or not, because you're like, at least they're trying year in and year out to make something happen.
All right, so since all three of us aren't diehard Browns fans, let's give our honest opinion on someone explain to me, and I'm okay with listening to this. I'm good with it either way, on why Kevin Stefanski should be fired. Like, is it results? Is it the quarterback? Is it play calling? Is it all three? Is it you've lost confidence in him? Mm-hmm. Is it the way he's handled the quarter? Like,
I think that right there is probably one of the biggest ones. Is there's some people that I would assume didn't like the handling of Shador's development and maybe even Dylan's development, but it's specifically the Shador stuff with the lack of reps with the ones and all of that stuff. So it's one of those things, right, where this is a guy that has been a two-time coach of the year around the sport, but I think for some Browns fans, it feels like you're just running into the same brick wall offensively year in and year out. I do think he's been handcuffed to a certain degree with some of the talent that he's had at the quarterback position. You caught lightning in a bottle with the Flacco stuff, which was incredible. You tried to run that back. That didn't really work, but the whole quarterback situation from the end of the draft was just weird and was going to be weird and hard to figure out, I think, for any coach. And so, I mean, I can't say that I would be surprised there if they did move on, though.
He comes off to me just sloppy in ways, like the play calling, the decision making. It doesn't jive for me with being the two-time coach of the year. I think he may be a classic coach in that when he's got talent, especially a QB, and you need it as a coach, and I'm not blaming him for everything. Players have to take responsibility. But I think fans, the way they see it is, like, I don't need you running with Flacco and Pickett with the ones when there's no future there. I think
You know what he would probably tell us? I'm trying to win games to start the year, and maybe he knew coming into the season that he wasn't necessarily that safe, and he needed to prove kind of early on that there's going to be some structure here before you go to one of those guys. I think that's probably would be some of his reasoning as to why he approached it that way.
I think the other reason is, when you come in as a guy that's viewed as the quarterback guy, the quarterback guru, and then things look very sloppy at quarterback and inconsistent. Yeah. Now, you talked about Deshaun. That was their ticket to ride. That was the one they went all in on. That's not his fault that he got injured and was all mentally irregular at times. Like, it just
a wild situation off the field too. That was just nuts. So
I can't tell you that I think he's a bad coach. Like, I don't think he's bad, but I don't think he's earned the right to be gifted a future there. Like, I don't think you can just survive on being having the resume that I was once or twice.
More results need to follow.
Yeah.
More results need to follow.
Their offense is just atrocious. And now the Shador thing is so inconsistent. That's why I'm very quick not to, like, put his career in a box yet, because that wouldn't make sense. But, I mean, he doesn't have all the talent to win. The offensive line's been bad. He's got a generational defensive player.
And let's be honest, too, about the playmakers, too. Like, where do the Browns pass catchers rank in the NFL right now if we were doing a pass catchers draft? So it's a bad storm of two rookie quarterbacks. You had an unplanned quarterback for you early, and I don't know, they're probably bottom 5 in the league in playmakers on the outside.
They do look poorly coached, though, especially on Sunday.
I don't disagree with that, but I just think, too, kind of to AR's point, there's only so much you can do with the guys that you have that I don't think anybody would really want on their team.
His leading guy's a tight end.
I'll just say this.
Rookie tight end.
I'll just say this about Sunday's game against the Bears. And I'm not saying every single game looks like this, but on Sunday's game against the Bears, they opened their first drive with a lost challenge on the punt. So they're pinned inside their own 1, and obviously that affects the game plan. They probably couldn't get into their script or whatever, and so they were up against it. Harold Fannin has a false start on first down. On second down, they have 12 men in the huddle, and they have a penalty. On the first play of their second drive, coming out of a timeout, they have a delay of game. Like, they looked so out of sorts and not ready to play.
Yeah, they're sloppy.
It's like individually, like, he doesn't need to teach Harold Fannin not to move until the ball moves. Like, individually, like, players play. But when all this stuff starts to pile up, it's like, dude, you look like such an unorganized team.
Yeah. To Maddie's point, though, and I think he and I agree on this, because I don't think it's really that cut and dried, because you need talent to win at that level. Yeah. I mean, at that level, going the like you cannot now. You can't be that either, because if you don't have the talent to match and you're sloppy, you're toast. Which is what happened last week. But the NFL, real quickly, I think that what you and I are looking at, I don't believe a guy is only as good as his record. I never bought into that baloney, because I think you need talent. Like, you can be a very good coach with poor talent. I don't think he's that anymore, though. Like, I'm not giving him that gift.
I think an example for me that kind of shined a light on a coach that people really believed in when he got hired at the time was Shane Steichen. And prior to this season, before he got Daniel Jones and got a competent quarterback under center until he got hurt, people are looking at Shane Steichen in a different light. So to your point, that's real. Like, whoever you deem right now is the best coach in the NFL. Let's just put Andy Reid in the conversation right now. Do you think Andy Reid would be doing much more in Cleveland right now with this roster than Kevin Stefanski? I don't.
His teams may be a little more disciplined. They may be a little more focused.
But to your point, it's about the dudes. You got to have the dudes. And so I agree with what you guys are saying about the dysfunction with Stefanski. That falls at his feet. But it's about having the playmakers on both sides of the ball. And I just don't see it for him. But I'm not sitting here going to bat for Stefanski to come back, because I can understand at this point, this many years in, that maybe ownership would want to go elsewhere to provide a spark for the franchise.
When you start looking at coaches in the league, there's a very fine line between having talent and thinking that guy is the best coach in the league. Because I look at Sirianni as being just average.
Okay.
I really do. His decision making, I'm not in his act, but he's got enough to win.
He does. And what was the vibe around Belichick when Brady left? Right? Like, teams weren't very good.
It was Cam Newton.
Right. The teams weren't very good. And he's been crowned as kind of the best to ever do it, or one of the best to ever do it. And you lose Brady, and your teams are kind of just mid.
That's right.
You got to have the guys.
Because I'm just looking at teams here, and like, if you were starting a brand new franchise right now, and I gave you every coach in the league, like, you don't know your talent yet, but you get to start at the top. This is the head of the snake. Who do you want?
I'd probably roll with McVay.
I think that's a great pick. Absolutely. I think he's right there, because
who you want?
I was right in that camp with you.
Okay.
Yeah.
You might have the guy.
He's good, but look what's happening now. I know he's got a rookie quarterback, but he was being sold as the guy that could have anybody, and he'd be great. So maybe it is more on McCarthy than him.
I'm a believer.
I like him too. Yeah. He's done almost everything right. Yeah. All right, we come back in 2 minutes with our friend Ian Hartitz. Will we have a live bench ad on the air? You'll find out next. Rothman and Ice on the Fan.
You have a chance to win a beautiful new custom home or cash prize this holiday season with a Home for the Holidays raffle. And help make wishes come true for Make-A-Wish Kids. One lucky winner will be announced on December 24th, so get your $100 ticket now. Just visit ahomefortheholidayscolumbus.org to buy your tickets. That's ahomefortheholidayscolumbus.org. Terms and conditions apply.
Do you hate holiday pictures because of your teeth?
What if a brand new smile was possible?
No matter what the current state of your mouth.
Welcome to Runyon Dental Group, home of the Implant and Smile Center,
where gorgeous, healthy smiles become a reality.
At Runyon, we've built a team of some of the most highly trained arch and implant doctors in the entire nation. This isn't an ordinary dental practice.
We believe that everyone can have a great smile.
Including you, especially you. Your new smile is waiting at Runyon Dental Group.
Care Heating and Cooling. When you need a company you can trust, call 1-800-COOLING.
Give the gift everyone wants. Fun in your own game room. Beat the last-minute scramble with a gift card from Billiards Plus. And let that special someone go on a shopping spree they'll remember forever. Billiards Plus, making dreams come true on Dublin Center Drive in Dublin.
My name is DeMar Hamlin. I play for the Buffalo Bills, and I play safety. CPR saved my life. I've teamed up with the American Heart Association as a national ambassador to help create a nation of lifesavers, turning bystanders into lifesavers through CPR education and access to AEDs. Nearly 3 out of 4 cardiac arrests that don't happen in hospitals happen in homes. Join me to ensure everyone has the chance to live longer, healthier lives. Visit heart.org/nation.
Rothman and Ice is sponsored by your local Pella Window and Door showroom on Gemini Parkway. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Anthony once ran the table on the World 9-Ball champion. Coincidentally, Maddie is out looking for a magic 8-ball. Signs point to this is Rothman and Ice.
All right, he's the man. He's our friend Ian Hartitz at MB Fantasy Life. And, man, do we have some questions for you, dude. Get ready. Like, this is not going to be easy for you. I hope you're ready for this.
Hey, man, we're trying to predict the future with a sport using the ball. It's not even around. So it's never easy, but I'm ready. Let's go.
So, Maddie and I are both in the semis. We don't play each other. But I have the tight end question for you is this. So, I've had Tyler Warren all year. Now he's attached to Phillip Rivers. And so I feel like I'm in trouble. Red zone at bats are going to be bad. Would Rivers check down? Maybe. They're playing the Niners. And then Colby Parkinson, who's been really hot lately, and if Devontae doesn't play tonight. But then I just saw the weather forecast in Seattle for 30-mile-an-hour gusty winds and perhaps rain, and I'm not really loving it. And then the other couple, I was thinking I would grab Darren Waller and attach him. If Tua was still playing, I'd probably go with Waller. But now with Quinn Ewers, I don't want that either. The only other guy I see that maybe I'd replace Tyler with is maybe Dalton Schultz because they play the Raiders. So talk me through this. Do I wait and just sit with Tyler Warren because I've had him all year, or do I have to make the move?
I think you got to kind of look at it from that, sunk cost perspective. I have a league with Ashton Genty where part of me is like, well, I drafted this dude in the second round. How am I not going to go to war with him, in the semis? But I think we got to look at it, man, just try to score the most points possible. So I do lean Colby Parkinson over the guys you mentioned. I would have had Waller in front if we obviously didn't have Tua bench, and everything you brought up about the Colts makes sense as well. Weather's not ideal. I will invite you guys if you really want, a good meteorologist to give you the fantasy football takeaways for weather. Rotogrinders.com/weather/NFL. Kevin Roth does a great job with that. So it sounds like the winds are going to be more severe early in the game and not necessarily a full 60-minute issue. And I will say, without having Devontae Adams in there, it's enough of a just alert to hopefully get those, passing from Stafford inside the 5-yard line. But I am leaning towards Parkinson. So low-key, top 5 tight end in fantasy over the last 5 weeks. I will go with Parkinson in that pickle.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead. You got something else, AR?
Well, so the guy I'm playing just heard the conversation and picked him up. So, which I think is all fair. That's fine. But I think it's a little weak, too. I think in that way, and I'm not saying I would have him, and I was leaning against the weather factor, but we kind of knew it was going to happen because he was waiting, and I wanted to kind of see, because I could have done this before we talked, and then I would have had him, and I could have always dropped him. But the fact that he picked him up listening to our conversation to block me, I don't know. Where do you stand on that?
I'm not going to lie, man. I have my home league, and I'm in 20 leagues, so it's not like I can control all of them. But my home, with the call and stuff, that's the one league where if I have a guy I want to buy low on, I might send that trade offer out before I go ahead and tweet about it or announce it on the podcast. Yeah. So it's a cool game we play. If you are without Parkinson, though, now I would say Dalton Schultz, probably a guy. C.J. Stroud really has been playing good ball ever since he's returned. And, we could blowout game script against the Raiders, but you know what? You got to kind of score a lot of points in the first place to make it a blowout. So I'd probably go with Schultz.
I think it's a Bush League move just because he works here and he's listening to the segment, and I purposely wanted to make it for the segment and do it live on the air. So I think he probably should have let it happen if I was going to do it, or at least given me the, okay, segment's over, are you doing it? But it just makes me want to beat him even more, so we're good.
Oh, my goodness. Ian, I want to ask you about DK Metcalf and how much confidence you have in him right now? Because a pretty good matchup for him right this weekend with the defense that they're going against. But is he an absolute gotta-start type of guy for you right now?
More or less, yeah. He's in my top 20 this week. Honestly, had that real long stretch where it wasn't getting much of anything going on there. But I just think when you do look at this matchup, it's a Lions secondary. It's been a mix of bad and just, pretty banged up throughout most of the season. And they actually run more man coverage than any defense in the NFL. And accordingly, man, we've seen Jameis, Jordan Love, Dak, and most recently Matthew Stafford all pretty much go off against this group. So with DK, it's just more been a problem with volume than anything. The Steelers have those 4 tight ends, Kenneth Gainwell they like throwing the football to. But I think in a game like this, in Detroit, we're going to see Goff and company on the fast track putting up points. They're probably going to force Rodgers' hand a little bit more to kind of air it out. So I'm going Metcalf against far more Lions than that.
All right, listen, defenses are whatever, right? You get to a certain floor, maybe you luck into a pick six. Those are tough. But you do, on the basis of it, you're trying to go up against bad offenses. So where are you on this eliminated Kansas City team playing at Tennessee versus maybe riding the Buffalo defense at Cleveland?
I will say the one I have over both of those would be the New Orleans Saints. They are at home against the Jets, and just everything you see from Brady Cook. I think 4 or 5 picks and taking like 8 sacks in these first 2 games. So Saints actually would be my number 1 over the Chiefs because those are the 2 that are available in more leagues than not, okay? And I just feel like, the Saints, they're building towards next year. Kellen Moore, Tyler Shuck. It's not like they just had, again, Patrick Mahomes and the entire Super Bowl aspirations wiped out like the Chiefs have had. So a little bit of a difference, I think, in motivation there. If you do have the Bills, though, I would probably go ahead and lean there. Again, just more of a situation where they aren't available in a ton of leagues. So obviously Shador has had his flashes. I do wonder if they could finally get something going on the ground with Quinshon Judkins because that Bills run D really has been rough for most of the season, particularly without Ed Oliver. But at the same time, Browns O-line pretty much backups all around. So wouldn't expect much there. So all in all, just give me the Bills.
I know we touched on some of the tight ends you could potentially pick up off the waiver wire, but just looking at the waiver wire as a whole outside of the tight end position, is there a guy or maybe a couple guys that you could pick up on your waiver wire that you would have confidence starting this week?
Yeah, I think the big name is going to be Michael Carter. The Cardinals apparently new RB1. Really been a turnstile at that position all year with James Conner and Trey Benson having the season-ending injuries. And honestly, Bam Knight was finally emerging as a guy that was starting to give fantasy managers some points, but he was out after the first play last week. And accordingly, Carter ended up having like an 80% snap roll. And just when you're on the field that often and seeing 15 to 20 touches, it's just really hard to fade anyone with that sort of workload. So it was Amari Giannicoto's first game back from injury. That would be my one concern. Sometimes we see these guys ease back into action. So I would keep a little bit of an eye on that injury report. If Amari is going to be practicing in full, not even questionable, then maybe I'd be off Michael Carter just a little bit more. But for right now, I do think he's quality enough, low-end RB2.
All right. So, but if it's between Buffalo and Kansas City, you're playing Buffalo.
Yeah. I think the motivation factor you brought up is the tiebreaker for me.
All right, so that's obviously a pretty big decision here for us because that was one of the ones defensively, and I agree with you. The Browns just laid an egg. Maybe they get something going with the run game, but Justin Jefferson's not a play anymore, right? Like he's a bench or a cut at this point.
I can't quite bench him or cut him. But I will say, like, he isn't. You could bench him in this case. It depends on the lineup and everything. Like, when you look at our consensus ranks, he's coming in about wide receiver 24. So he's just with guys that also have problems. We got Jalen Waddle in that same spot. Obviously, no more Tua there. Tedero McMillan's a little bit banged up. We got crowded offenses in Tampa Bay and Green Bay with some of those guys. So I will say with Jefferson, if you did watch that Cowboys game last week, unfortunately dropped a bit of a fastball from McCarthy in the end zone, and then did score another touchdown on one of those kind of illegal formation penalties. So he's getting close. To McCarthy's credit, he has played back-to-back good games, and now they are getting another good matchup against the Giants. So, again, so sad in the year 2025 that I got guys like Wan'Dale Robinson, Juwan Jennings, like easily ranked ahead of Justin Jefferson. But I still think, in flex conversations, he deserves a seat at the table.
Where are you on, if Marvin Harrison comes back this week, is Michael Wilson still a play? I like him still.
Yeah, I'm going to have a hard time getting him out of my top 20. I think I'd probably have him right there around DK Metcalf and Juwan Jennings, kind of that top 18 situation. This dude literally is the wide receiver one in over these last 5 weeks. So only Puka Nacua actually has a higher rate of contested catches this year on his targets. So as much as Michael Wilson is benefiting from some of the garbage time stuff, man, he also has been playing some good ball. And to do it against that Houston Texans defense last week, man, really was impressive. So I still would lean Michael Wilson. You know, maybe we do see Marv get going again, but more than anything, it's just the fact that Jacoby Brissett is out here pushing for 300 yards and multiple touchdowns in every game. So hopefully both of them and Trey McBride can get going.
Would you start Jacoby Brissett or Joe Burrow this week?
Man, I got to go Jacoby. Again, things I never thought I'd be saying in the year 2025. But Jacoby has just legit been a top 5 QB in fantasy since week 6. The Cardinals throw the ball more than just about anyone. I will say if we do see T. Higgins get back in the picture, that could be enough for me to go ahead and believe in Burrow. But low-key, guys, I mean, he hasn't been playing all that well this year. He had the real nice first, 50 minutes of that Bills game, a couple kind of tipped and weird interceptions during that. But, I mean, we're seeing the numbers where Joe Flacco honestly was getting more out of these wide receivers. So it's like a 5 or 6 game sample size. I know Joe Burrow, you don't need more than one hand to count the number of quarterbacks you'd rather have leading your franchise. But again, one game in week 16 right now, and just all the vibes kind of going on with Burrow and the Bengals, I would have to go with Jacoby.
Well done, my man. Okay, final question. So we talked about the Marvin Harrison impacting Michael Wilson. You would still start Michael Wilson even if Harrison comes back over Jefferson? Because I would.
Yeah, I'm with you there.
All right, yeah. I think you just got to ride with the hot hand. There's just nothing going on in Minnesota right now. And he's throwing to Addison a nail or two. Like could he have a game, get in the end zone? Maybe. But, boy, that floor seems very low right now. All right, my man.
Good matchup, but he's had good matchups for the last
he has.
3-4 weeks. And also on the other side of things, like I don't think any of us would be surprised if the Vikings blow out the Giants and then all of a sudden up and McCarthy only threw the ball 22, 23 times.
Yeah.
So, again, I hope it goes with Michael Wilson, but if not now, man, you can blame me. So it's all good either way.
No. It's why I traded for him is because of the matchups late in the year, and I thought maybe I was buying low, and he's never cracked my lineup. So good luck, my man. I might be hitting you up later. Thanks, bud.
That's it. Appreciate you guys. Good luck.
That's our friend Ian Hart. It's MB Fantasy Life on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. All right. Well, that had some spice to it. You got a live ad, a live block from CB on the air.
We got to hear from this guy. We got to hear from CB. I love it, man.
I guess we say all's fair in love and fantasy.
Game is the game.
But we promoted the segment knowing he was here. So we thought maybe he would keep hands off, but you never know. All right. We come back. Sharon Moore and the new allegation. Is it just a headline and clickbait? Is it real? We'll talk about it next. Rothman and Ice and the Fan.
We used to have a billboard with our host's face on it, but only ugly people work here now.
You mama say you ugly, hey!
The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Dormar, you're kind of hero.
This Christmas, get a bonus AI Essentials course when you enroll in any My Computer Career IT program by the end of the year. That's a $3,900 value. Attend classes online or on campus. Enjoy lifetime job placement support and IT certifications in high demand. Go to mycomputercareer.edu today and take the free career evaluation. That's mycomputercareer.edu, an elite CompTIA certification partner. Conditions apply to AI offer and financial aid is available to those who qualify, including the GI Bill.
Hey Central Ohio, it's Andrew from Home Team Solutions, and yes, we buy houses for cash the easy way. We've been buying houses for over 20 years and we've seen it all. Whether you've inherited a property, you're behind on payments, the house needs work, or just want to avoid the hassle of listing, we've got you covered. No repairs, no clean out, no stress, just a fair cash offer and you pick the closing date. We've helped hundreds of homeowners sell fast and hassle-free, and we're proud to have 5-star reviews all across Central Ohio and an A+ rating with the BBB. If you're ready to sell your house the easy way, call Home Team Solutions at 614-962-SELL. That's 614-962-7355, or visit us online at selltohometeam.com. Home Team Solutions, local, trusted, and family-owned. Again, that's 614-962-SELL. 614-962-7355 or selltohometeam.com.
Matty Ice here. The end of the year has almost arrived, so it's the perfect time to head up to McDaniel GM Superstore in Marion, where the savings are rolling all month long. You can lease a brand new 26 Chevy Equinox for just $225 a month for 36 months with $4,369 due at signing. Or if financing is more your style, grab it for only $225 a month for 84 months with $1,000 due at signing. Certain restrictions apply. They're just off Route 23095 in Marion, or you can visit McDanielGMSuperstore.com. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
They say glory is earned, not given. We say it's ignited by heart and ends with a boom. Fire the cannon again! Get your tickets today at BlueJackets.com.
Being diagnosed with leukemia, lymphoma, myeloma, or one of over 100 other types of blood cancer makes people want more time to do the things they love. That means more time to be artists, prom dates, world travelers, and moms. We are Blood Cancer United, the world's leading organization focused solely on blood cancer research, support, and advocacy. We do the most for more people with blood cancer, so people with blood cancer can do more of whatever they want. Blood Cancer United. Join us at bloodcancerunited.org.
We at The Fan have created a show where you can be a homer, a hater, or whatever you want to be. Your family might not listen to you, but we will. Sunday mornings at 8.
It's the Fan Call-In Show presented by the Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino Columbus.
You're welcome.
Dormar, your kind of hero.
When your furnace or air conditioner is broke, we come out that same day. Dormar, home the 10 man.
Hey, it's Anthony, and it's Happy Honda Days at your main Honda of Dublin. What am I going to give you? How about rates as low as 0%? You want no payments for 90 days? You got it. Do you have a trade-in? I'll make sure Rich gives you an extra $1,000 for your trade. Yep, an extra $1,000. Or I'll slide you right into a brand new Honda with leases starting from only $239 a month. Happy Honda Days right now at your main Honda of Dublin on Sawmill Road, just south of 270, or online at yourmainhondaofdublin.com.
Do you hate holiday pictures because of your teeth?
What if a brand new smile was possible?
No matter what the current state of your mouth.
Welcome to Runyon Dental Group, home of the Implant and Smile Center,
where gorgeous, healthy smiles become a reality.
At Runyon, we've built a team of some of the most highly trained arch and implant doctors in the entire nation. This isn't an ordinary dental practice.
We believe that everyone can have a great smile,
including you, especially you. Your new smile is waiting at Runyon Dental Group.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Right Way Heating and Cooling and Bryant, doing whatever it takes to keep you and your home comfortable. The Fan.
Matty was a big Browns fan. Scratch that, we mean he's a big fan of the former Browns. Oh, yeah. The Baltimore Ravens. This is Rothman and Ice.
All right, full disclosure, Matty and I talked about this before the show. Like, he knew I was thinking about making this move, and if I really was all in on it, I would have done it before the segment. I wouldn't have done it publicly, knowing that CB's listening back there. Like, I wouldn't have done that
CB
if
a little petty back there.
Yeah, it's a little. So the question becomes, would you have done it or would I have done that? Would you have done that?
Well, that's a good question.
You hear two guys in the fan league at the station. They're pitching a live. The tease was we may get a live bench ad on the air, and then the guy back there is gonna submarine the segment.
This may not make a lot of sense, but I would have done it in my other league.
Okay,
with the homies. I don't think I would have been that petty in this league.
Okay, that's a decent answer.
That's probably what I would have done. One of my friends said, "Hey, the game's the game." He loves you. He said, "The game is the game."
And he heard me say that all's fair in love and fantasy. Like I believe in that, and that's on me to make that move. But like, if I really wanted to do it, I would not have left it up to chance. Like we even talked about, he's probably going to do it. Like we did. During the segment, Maddie looks at me. We're interviewing Ian Hartz. Like I'm listening to Ian, and Maddie's looking at me and telling what you say.
Look at your phone.
Look at your phone. Like I could read his lips. Look at your phone. Look at your phone. Like the notification came in.
Oh, and now he's been dropped. So I think CB felt a little bad.
No, it's okay.
About it.
Well, maybe he picked him up. See, I don't know if in our league, if you pick him up and then immediately drop him if he's locked in fantasy, because the game's tonight.
Let's find out.
Like I don't think it would do that.
See what we got.
Because then you'd have to have a commissioner step in and say, because you can't be just picking up all the waiver wire guys and then dropping them.
Yeah. Let me see.
You can't do that. No.
He is available, so he's not locked.
Yeah,
he's not locked. TLC, real quick. Fair or foul, the move by CB, what he did?
Fair. That's public information, and he's watching the YouTube on probably like a 5-second delay. So if you wanted to add him,
Public Information Act,
you had 5 seconds ahead of him.
Okay, so the game is the game in your mind.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes, and I at the end of the day, I believe that too.
He could have just called Ian Hartz privately and just said, "Hey man, I want a little bit of advice here."
He could have went over to Ian's house.
He doesn't need anybody's advice.
614 area code.
Local guy.
He's got it all, CB. He didn't need anybody's advice. He goes on his own.
He just wanted to needle you.
What's great is that on 2 separate occasions over the last 3 weeks, he's looked at Maddie and I with a straight face maybe he's coming after a loss in fantasy, and you'll mention something, and he'll be like, I don't care about this league. I don't even... So what?
32 moves?
32 moves. I don't care about this.
Wrist up did this. Wrist up did that.
Yeah. Changing his team name. 32 moves. Blocking a guy live on the air. I don't care about this league.
I am way more invested in your guys' fantasy matchup than my own, and I'm even in the semifinals with you guys.
It's too bad you and I aren't playing each other, because then it would guarantee one of us in the finals.
This will be fun.
And I'm very real on that. This probably won't make a difference. But my tiebreaker is this. My tiebreaker has always been in fantasy. You line up all the guys, Waller, Schultz, Warren, Parkinson. You line them all up. These are the waiver tight ends or the guy, and one of the guys I have. And you ask yourself this question. Who's got the best chance of getting in the end zone? It's not about the high floor to me. It's not about this, 7 targets and 4 catches for 44 yards. It's not that. It's who's going to get in the end zone. So to answer that question, you go to, who's their quarterback and who are they playing? So that's big. Parkinson has Stafford, but he's on the road against Seattle. Maybe bad weather, tough defense. Waller at home against Cincinnati. Unbelievably great matchup. Now he has Quinn Ewers. Who else did I say? Schultz. Schultz with Stroud. He was much better with Davis Mills. Also playing the Raiders. Great matchup, but not great against tight ends probably. And then my guy, Warren.
With the grandpa.
At home.
With grandpa.
With the Dushka. At home.
Yeah.
Second game for Rivers. Probably in a throwing script against San Francisco. What do they got to wing it around a little bit? Would he get? So answer that question. Those 4 guys.
See, here's the thing, Ayor. I think completely different than you when it comes to that. Because the first question I ask myself is opportunities. Who's going to stumble into the more targets or opportunities?
Okay, so you're a target.
Touchdowns are really hard to predict for me.
Touchdowns are situational.
Yeah, so I like Parkinson's runway if Devontae doesn't play. Of those 4 for me.
I agree, because
that's what I like to look at.
And he's been good.
Yeah.
And he's got the best quarterback of what I just mentioned.
Correct.
So we can check that box. Best quarterback, Colby.
Yeah.
Toughest matchup, though, might be his at Seattle.
On the road in Seattle. But hey,
spot.
Give me the targets.
Yeah.
That's all I care about.
Okay, so you guys are targets guys. And I'm with you on targets are key. And you're right. Touchdowns are very hard to predict. But I also go to which offense is going to get in the red zone the most.
Okay.
And I could say Houston against the Raiders will get in the red zone a lot. Miami with Ewers against Cincinnati, I would like to say that they would, but I mean,
who knows? In that game, who knows?
And when I asked TLC during the break, I said, all right, you have an unbiased opinion here. What would you do? And he said,
Darnell Washington.
No,
that's a tight end. No, I'm joking.
He's not available.
I said, the advice you gave him was to play Darnell Washington at tight end.
Oh, no.
No, he said...
I'm over here cutting Schefter for the next segment.
He said that I could be talked into keeping Warren. It's a Monday nighter.
Okay.
It's in the dome.
Grandpa knocked some of the rust off.
Grandpa's played a game.
Last time we saw him, it was on the road in Seattle.
6 targets for Warren.
Okay.
I have a hard time benching a guy that's been so good to me all year, but not good over the last month.
I just want you to know we're here for you. We're here for you to talk you through this. You got 7 hours and some change to make this decision, whether or not you're rolling with Parkinson.
Yeah.
7 hours and some change.
If I thought anybody cared, I'd put a poll out, but I'd get like 3 votes. Like, which tight end to start this week?
Oh, my goodness.
You'd get like 3 votes, right? Like, I don't care. I hope whoever you take craps out.
And I'll be one of the 3.
Okay, well, you know what?
Sure, I got you.
At least it's a poll of some kind, right?
I got you.
All right, so we do want to get to the Sharon Moore stuff because I saw this, and we'll do it at the top of the hour real fast because sometimes, you see a headline and you're like, okay, this is new. And then you read the story, and it didn't back up the headline. Like, I couldn't find the meat of the headline. I couldn't find it. Okay. So I'll run it by all you guys next, and then we'll get into our boy Joe Burrow, because he probably needs as much therapy as I do. Rothman and Ice on the Fan.
We've been your Jackets flagship station since day one. All the goals, all the action, all the memories. Your home for the Columbus Blue Jackets, the Fan, Ohio sports destination.
This is Ryan Krieger, and at Krieger Ford, we know life's busy. Let us handle your car care. Enjoy our convenient pickup and delivery service, or have our technicians come to you with our mobile service van. It's fast, easy, and hassle-free. Schedule your appointment today, only at KriegerFord.com.
Get Eco.
ECO. Aaron, are we still doing that crazy thing you said?
Which crazy thing do you mean, Jerry?
You know, the one where we give away up to $1,500 in free repairs on furnaces?
Get Eco.
ECO.
Yes, Jerry, we'll be doing that $1,500 giveaway from now on.
But why? It's crazy.
People are being told they need a whole new furnace when all they really need is a minor repair.
So we're saying they should call Eco to repair it and keep repairing it until someday when they really do need a new HVAC system.
We'll give them back all the money they paid us to fix their old furnace and air conditioner.
When they let us install the new ones.
All those extra years of service that they squeezed out of their old furnace and air conditioner become a free gift from Eco.
Does any other company do this?
Of course not, Jerry. It's crazy.
Get Eco.
ECO.
Get Eco.
ECO.
Generous plumbers, Merry Christmas electricians, and buy a kid a new toy this year, HVAC technicians.
GetEco.com.
Give the gift everyone wants. Fun in your own game room. Beat the last-minute scramble with a gift card from Billiards Plus. And let that special someone go on a shopping spree they'll remember forever. Billiards Plus, making dreams come true on Dublin Center Drive in Dublin.
Say goodbye to car care headaches with Carvenience from Hinderer Motor Company. This is Justin Hinderer. For only $49, we'll pick up your vehicle, leave you with a rental, and return it fully serviced and spotless. No more juggling your schedule or wasting hours at the shop. Carvenience lets you focus on what matters while we take care of all the rest, making life easier. Schedule your service today at HindererMotorCompany.com.
Never have I ever called my sister from the finish line of my first marathon.
Hello?
You won't believe where I am.
Are you running?
Mile 26. I'm gonna make it.
Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e with its advanced camera system on us. Plus, 2 lines for just $30 a line.
Guys, I can't believe it.
I knew you could do it, babe.
That was amazing.
Mom, how do you feel?
I feel great. I can't feel my feet. Let's take a picture. And then you may carry me to the car.
Share every stride, every mile, every memory on America's best network. Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e on us and 2 lines for just $30 a line.
With 24-month bill credits and 2 eligible port-ins on Essentials 55 Plus for well-qualified customers with autopay plus taxes, fees, and $35 device connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Contact us. Finance agreement 128 gigabytes, $599.99 required. Best mobile network in the U.S. based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence data 1H 2025. Visit T-Mobile.com.
Hey, everybody loves the holidays, but nobody wants to have the holidays dealing with pain, especially when you're with your loved ones. It's not your knees, your hip, your back, your shoulder. It's the time with the family and friends. All that can change, though, now in 2026. If you go see our friends over at QC Kinetics. They believe that relief doesn't just have to come with surgery or pills. Your body can heal itself with its own biologics. It can help you move, live, and feel like yourself again. It's the best comeback story you're going to find. Powered by your own cells that built your body, they're going to help repair your body. And I should know, listen, I was a patient, and they helped take care of me. They helped take care of my dad. QC Kinetics delivers long-term relief, so make 2026 your turning point. Walk, hike, do the things you love to do without pain. And go and schedule your free consultation today in Dublin or Gahanna. Now is a great time to use those HSA and FSA dollars for treatment. So go to qckinetics.com/Columbus or call 380-208-4544.
Common Man and Bob Capace here for Worthington Jewelers. Bob, why should people trust you for their holiday shopping this year?
Family owned and operated for 25 years. We're known for helping guys make great decisions. Unlike me hiring you, Common Man.
You know, I was thinking, I've been a good, clean boy this year. You got anything for me over there?
How about a nice anklet?
Sold! Worthington Jewelers on High Street in Worthington. WorthingtonJewelers.com, where Columbus gets engaged.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. The holidays are here, and if you've got a collector in your life, you have to check out Midwest Cards. Thousands of packs and boxes from Pokemon to every sport you can name. It's a full-on collector's dream. Plus, they have signed jerseys and memorabilia that'll make any fan go crazy. The variety is awesome, and the selection legendary. So swing by Midwest Cards today, grab an epic gift or even a gift card, and watch your favorite collector's face light up this holiday season. Get to Midwest Cards today and tell them T-Bone sent sent you.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus.
Good afternoon. I'm Ryan Baker. Ohio State wide receiver Bryson Rodgers has said that he intends to enter the transfer portal and leave Ohio State. Rodgers will have 2 years of eligibility remaining. The Columbus Blue Jackets back on home ice when they host the Minnesota Wild at Nationwide tonight. Jet Greaves gets the start in goal. Pre-game coverage here on The Fan gets underway at 6:30. Puck drop is at 7. The 21st ranked Ohio State women's basketball team in action tonight hosting Norfolk State at the Shot. Tyler Danberg has the call over on The Fan 2 beginning at 6:15. Tip is set for 6:30. Thursday night football, a big NFC West matchup as the Seattle Seahawks host the Los Angeles Rams at 8:15. This one brought to you by Roosters. For every $50 you spend in Roosters gift cards this holiday season, you'll receive a $10 Roosters bonus buck at Roosters locations or at roosterswings.com.
Hey, kids. Anthony once did magic for birthday parties. See, when you say it out loud, it doesn't sound so bad. Back to Rothman and Ice.
You know what's funny? Hour number 2 here, Rothman and Ice. If one of us leaves the studio, TLC's always said, I'm going to just see if they wander back. And then
as long as one of you is in here.
It happened in reverse now. Maddie and I are sitting here. The update's going, and you're nowhere to be found. And Maddie's like, where is he?
Where's this
And I'm
dude
like,
at?
hey, let it play out. Let it play out.
I saw that I had 2.5 minutes left. I'm like, oh, yeah, I can pee quickly. And then I get back, and the thing has 2 seconds left on the ticker, and I'm like, wow, I was in there longer than I thought I
Because
was.
if you're not in there, we can turn these mics on, but you have the master control button, correct? So we wouldn't be on the air. So that would have been something.
Hey, man.
The question,
back to the old music radio days for a little bit there. Just let the rejoin play for a second.
Well, then the question becomes, is there any discipline for that? Like, because it wasn't an emergency. Like, he could have held it for another segment. We do.
Maybe 5 straight minutes of some wall sits or something like that, for TLC.
Oh, my gosh.
Wall sits for an entire segment.
Is DeVere my dad? Are you making me do 5 minutes of wall sits at Thanksgiving dinner?
I don't think DeVere would mind me telling this story. So I was at DeVere's last Thanksgiving in one of
2024.
Yeah.
Oh, no, you skipped over the vital part.
What's that?
Which is that you showed up and you texted. No, I don't think it was a gong.
Him going to the.
Oh, okay.
He showed up to DeVere's house for Thanksgiving.
Right. Gong. That I remember it was the first time, and you showed up, and you're like, and you texted him that you were there, maybe, or you went to the door.
No, I was parked outside,
and you were worried that one of his family members might open the door, and you'd have to actually introduce yourself and say, "Hi, I'm DeVere's friend."
That's so
and then you're like,
"Oh no!"
Here's the thing. Here's the thing.
That's really bad.
No, it's not. Here's the thing. So I get to his house. Obviously, there's a lot of cars parked in the driveway, so I had to kind of park up the street a little bit. So
Parked in the grass.
I hit him up and said, "Hey, I'm here." And so Depot didn't text me back for a while. Obviously, he's hosting and running around the house and all those things. So I got to a point, and I was raised that you just never walk in somebody's house.
No, but you go up and knock.
You just don't walk in somebody's house. So I figured the door would be open, and my fear is walking into this place where literally nobody knows me in there other than DeVere and his wife, and they would have been like, who the heck is this dude walking in the house?
Knocking wasn't an option?
I don't even know if they would have heard the knock. There were so many people in the house
I'm
at the time.
one who knocks.
Exactly. Shout out to Walter White. So that was a little clunky for me to start, but I walked in there and we figured it out.
Okay.
But I was there for probably about an hour and some change, and obviously there was DeVere's kids and a whole bunch of kids running around. And DeVere's son, one of his sons, did something. I can't remember what it was. Maybe, I don't know.
Just instigating.
He did something that he wasn't supposed to do. And so I walk upstairs with DeVere. DeVere goes, watch this. And he just points to the wall, and he tells his son, get on the wall. And he made his son do wall sits for 2 minutes. And I've never seen a punishment like that from a parent. But it was very creative from DeVere, and I like it. So I think for TLC, if we stumble into him not being here doing something out of bounds, maybe we make him do wall sits for an entire segment.
The problem is I think he'd like it.
An entire segment?
I think he'd like it.
You think?
It'd be like saying drop and give me 20. Like, I think he'd be more than willing to want to do
take
that.
His shirt off, too. And
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, we may have to come up with something else. But
Okay.
I'm not opposed to it for the entire segment. That's a nice.
No power cores for him for like
nice
a week or
deal.
something? No yogurt or power cores for a week? He's always crushing those.
I got one in the fridge right now. On this topic, I'm glad that you brought this up. I would like to publicly thank Anthony Rothman.
Oh.
He brought me a Christmas gift today that included power cores and a Hockey and Hounds hat.
That's
we can
right.
officially say
He's in the club.
And so here
You're in the
I am,
club.
empty-handed. So Rothman,
Oh, no. You don't do. Let me do my best.
I know what I
Sylvester.
want.
You do because you want to do. Friends don't owe.
I know what I want to get you for Christmas.
I don't want anything.
And it's the new pet project for this show, funded by me. Rothman, for Christmas, I'm getting you a parlay for 2026.
A parlay.
A show parlay that's funded by me. So we got to craft what we can do. 2026
you
futures.
set up the principle, and then if it wins, I get it. It's like a
Yes,
like a
yes.
show scratch off.
Yes. So
Okay.
I'm getting you a parlay. So we got to come up with what we want to put in it. We can go for it all.
Yeah.
And put in like a bunch of 20. Let's make it long term. So let's try to get some futures bets in there. But yeah, let's not like burn it over the weekend and we come back on Monday. Oh, your Christmas gift was nothing.
This comes out of your bank account is what
Yes.
you're saying. Okay.
Mine.
And look, apparently Santa Rothman slid down the chimney here at the station too, and there was something on my desk too. I got trail mix for days. I got a beautiful
that's up your alley.
Reds beanie. Saw some Nike stuff in there.
Yeah,
so
that's
Santa Rothman, we love you.
All
We
right,
appreciate you, man.
You guys are the best,
We
and
appreciate
then the parlay sounds fun. Let's all do that, and if we win, it'll be a show win.
There's a drop.
Yeah.
You guys are the best. There's a drop for us.
So I saw this headline. You guys, so I brought this to you guys this morning, and the headline on The Athletic says, Sharon Moore had, quote, long history of domestic violence against Michigan staffer, the lawyer alleges, presuming hers. And I'm reading the article, and the first paragraph, this is written by Katie Strang, Austin Meek, and Sam Jane. And it says, former Michigan football coach Sharon Moore had a long history of domestic violence against a female football staffer during their relationship, the woman's lawyer told police. And then it goes through the whole story about the detective that worked the case and that Moore's arraignment on charges of third-degree home invasion, stalking, breaking, and entering. So he's not charged with assault, which her lawyer, I guess, claimed to hear through the speakerphone that what she was describing was going on to her lawyer. Mm-hmm. The transcript of the hearing obtained by The Athletic reveals new details about the circumstances that led to Moore's December 10th arrest. The female staffer told police that she disclosed her relationship with Moore to the university earlier that day and was preparing to leave town when Moore barged into her apartment. The woman's lawyer made the 911 call to alert authorities. So maybe people were wondering whether she called 911. Apparently, it was not the staffer. It was her lawyer who was on the speakerphone with this girl, her client. The woman's lawyer told police she could hear screaming over the phone, and the staffer told her, he's here, Sharon is here. The staffer told police that Moore grabbed knives and pointed them at her, then pointed the knives at himself, and backed up when the woman put her lawyer on speakerphone. Moore denied physically assaulting the staffer or, quote, threatening her with any weapons in his interview with police later that night. Moore was not charged with assault, as I said. So in a statement, The Athletic that they got from the Washtenaw County Prosecutor's Office, the evidence that was available to us at the time of the charging decision indicated that Mr. Moore had an intent to terrorize and harass the victim, which is the basis for the stalking charge. Given that his statements were those of self-harm, however, there was no sufficient evidence to prove beyond a reasonable doubt an intent to assault or batter the victim. Okay, it's her word against his.
Right,
If they were the only two people there, even though her lawyer was maybe on speakerphone hearing the description of what her client was saying was going on.
Third party.
And believe me, just barging into her apartment and all that lowers his credibility a ton.
100%, no doubt.
So, but then I kept reading. So I'm waiting for this. Did she report this history of domestic violence? Did she tell a friend? Did she tell her parents? Did she tell her lawyer? Where is the rest of this headline? The prosecutor's office said the case remains under active investigation. Charges could be added or amended based on new evidence. Moore told police on the night he was arrested that he and the staffer were in an intimate relationship for approximately 2 years. So, by the way, that's why it was such a poorly kept secret. That if it was going on for 2 years, at some point, people were going to get a hint that something was going on between the two of them. The woman told police she ended the relationship December 8th. So December 8th would have been 2 days before he was fired. And told Moore she had, quote, nothing more to say to him. The staffer told police that Moore called her approximately a dozen times and sent her text messages over the next 2 days. Lawyers representing Moore and the female staffer did not immediately respond for comments. On Wednesday, then it goes into the president and all this stuff from Michigan, interim president and all that stuff. And that was it. Yeah. So the only thing I would say is Sharon Moore had, quote, a long history of domestic violence against her. What am I missing in the story? Unless they're equating.
So the interesting part of that is long history. And maybe we'll get more unfortunate details about that part of the situation when all this stuff starts to play out, because it doesn't sound like that happened last week when he entered her apartment. So that's the long history. Those two words for me is maybe we're just in wait and see mode again, unfortunately, to find out details about that part of it.
So I was texting a buddy of mine the other day when I read this about this story, because he wants to keep up on it too. He's like, hey, let me know if there are any details on that. So I wrote him and I said, and I basically copy and pasted that headline. And then I wrote to him, I wonder if she's going to sue Michigan for a ton of money. And the reason and he said, well, why would you say that? And I said, well, what if she comes now forward with, I was scared to come forward. He was my superior. There were moments in time where I didn't feel comfortable in the relationship, or I wanted out. Or that's why, by the way, people that are saying that why wasn't she fired, or why wasn't she's apparently protected under the subordinate policy that if you're in a relationship, even though she entered into it freely, and I'm not excusing her from that. I mean, she's a grown-up. She clearly knew she was getting into a relationship with a married man, whatever. The morality of it, certainly you could accuse her of. Right. But I'm not going down that road right now. What I'm saying is that she's protected because when you think about retribution as a subordinate, and you and I, we all take all this ethical training around here. Like, if you had a relationship with someone that you are their manager or their boss of some kind, you control their schedule, their pay, their review annually, like all that stuff. Like, and that person felt like if they left the relationship that you could have retribution against them or make their life hell here on the job or whatever. Like, I'm wondering that if she now is thinking, I couldn't leave the relationship in fear of either losing my job, having this, who knows what's going on. Yeah. But I back to my original thought. I'm reading that article about the long history. I'm waiting to read oh, wow, there may have been documented things, and there may still be, but there was nothing in that article about it that supported the headline.
So we'll see. We shall see where this goes. But obviously this guy just lost his mind in that moment, and obviously was doing things that you cannot do as a head coach and as a guy and anybody that's in that type of position. So now he's got to lay in this bed, whatever it looks like, and I know nobody's going to feel bad for him because you can't when you're doing that type of nonsense.
All right, we're going to come back. Joe Burrow was asked a couple tough questions about his future with Cincinnati. How did he answer them? You'll hear it next. Rothman and Ice on the Fan.
We're known for three things: games, conversation, and common man yelling about things only he cares about. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Bet365 is paying out before the final whistle. Check out Bet365's unrivaled early payout offer. When you bet on a team to win and they take a 17-point lead, you get paid no matter the final score.
Forget the final whistle and start counting that cash. Hold up, you get early payout on parlays too. Download the app and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Ohio. Terms and conditions apply. An app only. down.
I was in foot pain for 20 years, trying to give it relief, buying all these different insoles. Drugstore insoles, custom insoles. I spent thousands of dollars. I bought all these products, and not a single one worked. I really, truly needed to have relief in my feet. And the Good Feet arch supports were what gave me the relief I needed.
For over 20 years, we've been helping people like Teresa actually live the life they love without their feet getting in the way.
They wanted to make sure that I got something that my feet felt good in, not somebody else's feet. I love the fact that I can wear these arch supports in all my shoes. I have boots, I have cowboy boots, I have running shoes, I have walking shoes, I have flat shoes, I have heels. It makes me so happy. If you ask my husband, he will crack up because there is no store I would rather go in than a shoe store. I'm Teresa, and that's my Good Feet story.
See what we can do for you with a free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
Visit the Good Feet store on Polaris Parkway near the Polaris Mall or on Stringtown Road at Grove City.
Call the folks at Buckeye, night or day.
The water's standing in the tub. My toilets will not flush. The smell's getting bad in here. I need help in a rush.
Clogged drain, no problem. It's 93 or free. I'll clear any drain you don't pay with a 1-year guarantee.
It's 93 or free.
Guaranteed. Call 614-683-9911. Call the folks at Buckeye, night or day.
Career changers, including veterans and active duty service members. Your transition starts here. Go from GI to IT in a matter of months. Become a certified cyber warrior with training at My Computer Career. Cybersecurity specialists are in high demand, offering IT pros great opportunities and a rewarding lifestyle while protecting our people, liberty, and treasured institutions from cyber threats. Deploy your career in IT today at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP, an elite CompTIA certification partner.
VA education benefits are available to those who qualify.
We got a higher home appraisal after we put away our African art and family photos.
Has this happened to you because of race or national origin? Contact HUD at hud.gov/fair housing. A message from HUD and the National Fair Housing Alliance.
Bishop and Friends.
Yolanda one time wanted to wax my knuckles.
Thought that was going to go south.
No, my knuckles.
I know, but the way that you said it, I thought it was going to go in a different way.
Bishop and Friends, sponsored by Diamond Seller.
Weekdays from 9 to noon on The Fan.
Give the gift everyone wants. Fun in your own game room. Beat the last-minute scramble with a gift card from Billiards Plus. And let that special someone go on a shopping spree they'll remember forever. Billiards Plus, making dreams come true on Dublin Center Drive in Dublin.
This is Pause Before You Play, and it's time for more game day picks from local sports fans. You're on the air. Who you got?
Actually, I'm not betting, just chilling and watching the game.
I know that move, a pause. Sounds like you've got a winning strategy.
Exactly. After I set limits and recognized the risk, I knew it was time to stop.
Now that is responsible betting, folks. Sports are fast. Betting shouldn't be. Make a plan at pausebeforeyouplay.org. That's pausebeforeyouplay.org.
Come on, kids, we're going to Grandma's house.
Grandma's house! Grandma's house! What do we do to be safe and ready to go? We buckle up. Buckle up.
Phones down.
Phones down. And when we go, take it slow. And if you drink,
don't drive. And off we go.
ODOT, the Ohio State Highway Patrol, and the Ohio Traffic Safety Office are doing their part to keep roads safe. Do your part to make sure everyone makes it home safe for the holidays.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
As we go into the day today, a mix of sun and clouds, with more clouds later today and chances of rain developing this afternoon. Daytime highs soaring into the 50s, but with gusty winds. For tonight, rain chances especially as we go into the evening and overnight. Lows down into the 20s. For the Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with the 10 weather impact forecast.
Bet365, the official online sports book of Rothman and Ice. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Anthony once got Jack Nicklaus to quote the movie Caddyshack, so he's got that going for him.
The last time I saw a mouth like that, I had to hook it.
Which is nice. You're listening to Rothman and Ice.
Let's go while we're young.
Oh, Cincinnati, what are we going to do with you? Fun little squad, great offense. Got so close to winning it all. Maybe a holding penalty goes the other way or doesn't get called. Or maybe there's a millisecond between Aaron Donald and Joe Burrow, and he sees Jamar Chase wide open on the right side.
Yeah, that would haunt me forever.
That was a Super Bowl that was wild. So I was in the building for it, and I saw that play, and I saw where Jamar was, and it was a millisecond of him. I mean, it's there.
It's just greatness
there,
by Aaron
there
Donald
for the taking. And then you had the Stafford no-look pass on that drive and all
in
the
his
drive
bag
before.
for sure. But, yeah, I mean, Aaron Donald, that's why he's going to Canton. Those difference-making plays and just that's how quickly things happen, man, on the fly. It's such a fast game because I think you're right. He gets that half second. He probably locks in on Uno over there and maybe talking about the Bengals hoisting Lombardi that day.
I don't think Bengal fan has to completely worry in my mind that Burrow is doing this because he's laying the groundwork for saying, if things don't shape up, I'm out of here, like right away. Like, I don't feel that. I think a lot of this is doing it publicly to kind of shake the trees a little bit. Like, I feel it has that. Like, so he was asking questions. So, obviously, they're out of the playoffs. This is for the third straight year. And he's been injured a lot. So, he's not completely off the hook either. And I'm not saying it's his fault getting injured, but it's a reason. And so speculation is going crazy, Maddie, over the last few days about some comments and him needing to have fun. Because when you hear that, because the one thing that you always hear from athletes, I've heard it a lot, maybe you guys have too. When guys retire, the obligatory question you would ask them is, what are you going to miss the most? And the answer 99% of the time is
the check.
It's a good answer. The locker room. The locker room.
Yep, that's
your answer was better.
Very proud of you. That's very nice.
I enjoyed it.
No, but you're right. That's the answer, yeah.
The answer is I'm going to miss going to the park. Yeah, you missed. No one says, boy, that feeling after a win.
Right.
Nobody says it. Because it's so always there anyway. Like, we know you would miss that. But most athletes who have won a lot, they never say, the feeling after a win is the greatest thing, and I'm sorry, I'm never going to experience that again. I'll have to go play pickleball and just hit one between somebody's eyes to get that feeling. No one says that. They always say being around the locker room, the camaraderie around the team, being a part of that, going to the park. And you and I have talked about, the wins are great. But you got to love going to the park every day. You have to. And when we heard Joe Burrow say that to keep doing this, he needed to have fun. Well, fun is winning. And so it all goes hand in hand. So you guys take me through this. These are very short, quick answers, right?
Very short and to the point. TLC can set up. This was yesterday, I believe, TLC, when we get out of here. I think this was some of his media availability.
Yeah, we can start with a very simple answer to the question. If he could see himself not being the Bengals quarterback next year.
I can't see that, no.
Okay, well, how about if you could see yourself not being the Bengals quarterback at some point?
You think about a lot of things.
And what does that mean?
That's the money quote right there. That one, AR, and the one where he's talking about not having fun last week, I would be spooked if I were a Bengal fan. Because to me, that's kind of like, hey, when you're in a relationship with somebody and they'll start giving you hints that they're looking elsewhere, or we got to have the talk. There's that feel of the stability of the relationship isn't as sound as it was before. That's the way I'm kind of reading this. And so for Joe Burrow, maybe he doesn't truly feel that way, and you kind of touched on it. Maybe he's playing some games through the media right now to kind of shake the front office room up there. And I don't know if that's him. Hey, obviously we need to be better on defense, but the protection up front, all of those things, I don't know. They clearly respect him because they granted his wishes last year with Gesicki, Jamar, T. Higgins, and all the money that they spent there. So clearly I don't think that's an issue. But for a guy that, is used to winning at a high level in college and high school and all that stuff, when you keep going down this path year in and year out of not winning at the highest level, but also individually, the grind of going through some of the injuries and the rehab and all that, I can understand how that weighs on anybody. But yeah, that second clip right there, that's leaving the door open on something that I don't know if a lot of guys would truly leave that door open if they were happy where they are.
Good song, by the way. Leave the door open.
I don't know.
Who makes that?
Silk Sonic.
Silk Sonic.
Silk Sonic.
Bruno Mars and Anderson .Paak.
Oh, I'm in on that. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I can lead the.
Smooth like a newborn. Come on.
That is a good song, Gayo. You probably like that one. If you haven't, I'm sure you've heard it. But yeah, that is a good song. Good song.
No great quarterbacks. I shouldn't say none. Some have, but most of the time, if you asked Joe Burrow, here's the third follow-up. Do you see yourself playing your entire career in Cincinnati? Mm-hmm. And he would double down on it. Who knows? All the greats don't. Now, he's not getting pushed out by anybody. He's not Joe Montana getting pushed out by Steve Young. Right. He's not Aaron Rodgers.
Alex Smith.
He's
right?
not. He's not.
Mahomes,
none of that stuff.
Right.
Like he's not getting. They're not moving on. Yeah, it's not Brady. It's not Joe Montana with the Chiefs. That's late in the career. He's in the prime of his career. I know he's had injuries. But this isn't Brett Favre getting pushed out by Rodgers. Like, it doesn't have that feel to it. But logic would tell you he's not finishing his career in Cincinnati. Like, he's not pulling a Marino here. Like, I don't sense that.
It doesn't feel that way at the moment. Now, a good offseason, a good year next year could obviously change how he's feeling, right? These guys are emotional, as we all are, with certain things in our lives. And when what you're doing every single week isn't working, and it hasn't been working now for a third straight year, and you're looking around at the resources and how they're being used by the front office, I'm sure he's having real conversations with his friends, his family, away from the facility and away from cameras and microphones, and saying, what's really going on here? And do I really trust where we're headed as a franchise? I think that's fair questions to ask at this point. And so you just have to hope, as a Bengals fan, that in time, over the next year or two, that this guy doesn't dig in and say, I want out of here. But when you throw out some of the quotes that he's thrown out over the last 2 weeks, I can understand why people would lean into this guy might want to leave Cincinnati soon.
The chasing of a ring is going to get real for him. And I don't know him personally enough to know that that's the ultimate for him. I would think it is. The way he's been to the top of the mountain in college and won a Heisman, like you think that's the next logical thing, like that I feel like now my career would be incomplete if I didn't get a chance to get back there again. But he's been to one, and he got so close, which makes me also think that, yes, he was one drive away. And so I think that would haunt him unless he believes that there's, like you said, that there's real commitment from Cincinnati. Like the Marino stuff for me, I don't remember it exactly. I remember the Vikes, we tried to get him. I think the Steelers for sure because of the Pittsburgh connection. And he had this undying loyalty to Miami, the team that drafted him. I don't know if it was an era thing or a Dolphin for life mentality, or he loved palm trees and tax breaks. Maybe that was it, right? Those are two very real things. But I think it was more common in his era, Maddie, for these legendary quarterbacks to play for one team, the Bradshaws. Like, it had that feeling. And I'm wondering now, because I always go back to him thinking, man, like, go get that ring. Like, the Vikes, the Steelers, he chose to stay and remain a Dolphin.
Yeah.
And I don't see that with Joey B. And I don't think, by the way, real quickly, I don't think this is to get Zach Taylor out. I don't. I asked Schefter about this yesterday. You have that clip?
I got it, but I forgot to put it in Zeta. I could play it on the computer probably.
All right. If you have it, play it. Because I think when people hear Joe doing what he's doing, some people believe that, I'm doing this because I'm not going to stand pat here. I'm going to leverage against my team. Changes need to be made. We need to make them. So the logical thing is, does he love his head coach?
If you ready, TLC? Or you
I got it.
Okay, go ahead.
Coming down in 3, 2, 1.
Well, and it will be interesting to hear if you talk to anybody that back channels whether Joe Burrow is happy with Zach Taylor and whether he feels like he wants to go forward with him.
I believe that Joe Burrow is a Zach Taylor supporter, backer, whatever you want to call it. I believe he has Joe Burrow support. Zach Taylor does.
I don't think he's making that up. And because I think Adam's honest enough with us to say, I don't know. Like, I think he would have said, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I know. I agree with that, and I could understand why Joey B would have confidence in him because he's a direct link and has been a direct link to his success as an offensive-minded head coach. Maybe some of the angst, some of the disappointment for Joey B is directed at maybe Duke Tobin, maybe ownership. Maybe that's who he's looking at, because I know Jamar Chase was asked after the game this past weekend, do you think there needs to be changes? And he said, yeah, if it was up to me, there would be some changes. He really didn't dig too deep into that, but he's another star player that's throwing out some of that vibe as well, because those guys can't have a real problem with what's happening on their side of the ball. And so I think you can be, or maybe should be, even frustrated with your GM and whoever's putting the roster together when that side of the ball has been a massive disappointment year after year after year since Lou Anarumo left.
All right, we come back in 2 minutes with our NFL picks against the number. That's next. Rothman and Ice on the Fan.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. Every day, it's there. Matter of fact, it's the most predictable thing in your life, unfortunately. I'm talking about that chronic pain from whatever joint, the knees, the hips, the back, shoulders. But tomorrow you could wake up and it could all be gone. Some cases within a day because of a breakthrough treatment called stem wave therapy. Physicians in Europe, they were using it 20 years ago. Finally, it's here in the U.S., and there's a huge demand for it because patients can get relief from that acute pain, and now they're spreading the word. Here's the best detail about it. The device, it's both diagnostic and therapeutic. It helps Dr. Tesner and his medical team at QC find the problem and trigger your body's natural healing response. StemWave uses the same technology as lipotripsy. The sound waves penetrate deep in, spark blood flow at a cellular level. You're wondering if it's a good solution for your pain? QC Kinetics is making it easy. Your first stem wave treatment is only $49. So give them a call and find out about the $49 stem wave treatment here in Columbus at 380-208-4544.
Oven-baked French toast. Hot, melty cheese. And meat. And meat. And meat. Introducing UDF's new 3-meat French toast stackwich. Sweet and savory cinnamon swirl French toast piled with thick cut bacon, natural pork sausage, and smoky Canadian bacon. It's the newest flavor in our lineup of breakfast sandwiches. All stacked fresh, all served hot, and all made in store to make your morning. The new 3-meat French toast stackwich from UDF. Mornings made for you.
Hey, Jackets fans, we know what's on your holiday wish list. Ask your Secret Santa for a Blue Jackets holiday gift pack. You'll score 2 tickets plus a Blue Jackets Honlet shirt. Learn more at bluejackets.com/holiday.
When it comes to prostate cancer, go to pcf.org for the help you need to navigate this disease and make the right decisions for yourself. Go to pcf.org today.
Rossman and Ice is sponsored by your local Pella Window and Door showroom on Gemini Parkway. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Rothman and Ice. NFL picks.
Sponsored by Roosters. Roosters is giving away 12 ultimate Buckeye experiences, tickets, sideline passes, trips to a first-round postseason game, and more. Register today at roosterswings.com.
All right, TLC, lay them out, bud.
All righty, we got one tonight, as was heavily discussed earlier in the show with Ian Harditz. We got Rams in Seattle, and the Seahawks are 1.5-point favorites. Battle of 11-3, I believe.
This is the big rematch game.
Seahawks clinch with a win.
This was the game where the Seahawks, on paper, yardage-wise, I think looked amazing, right? But lost the game. So they lost 21-19, and the Seahawks had 26 first downs to the Rams 12.
Dang. You should win that game.
All day and tomorrow.
All day. You know what the problem was?
Yeah.
It was Sam Darnold's 4 interceptions.
Uh-oh.
Like, Matthew Stafford was 15 for 28 for 130 yards against this defense. And I have this defense, and I'm still not playing them, which I probably should now because of the weather, if it's going to be rainy and windy. But the fact that they lost a game 21-19, where their stats just blew them away. You want total yards?
Talk to me.
414 to 249, and they lost the game.
It's crazy.
So if we bring back the turnovers, I'm not saying they would blow them out of the water like this again, but you hold the ball for 38 minutes to 22, and you have that many first downs. I'm taking Seattle at home. I'm going to do it.
Okay. Funky kind of situation for the Rams getting into Seattle. Had some flight issues last night.
Reason.
So that's a little odd. Maybe their schedule's out of whack. I don't love, though, that the Seahawks, one of their starting offensive tackles, is out for this game. I think this could be the Stafford brings home the MVP game tonight. Thursday night prime time, world's watching on the road. No, I'm assuming no Devontae Adams. We really don't know at this point. He is doubtful for this one. I'm going to roll with the Rams. Give me the Rams on the road.
Or this could be the Mike McDonald wins Coach of the Year award.
Maybe
if Seattle wins.
By the way, 2 of Sam Darnold's 4 interceptions in that game gave the Rams 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
One was ran back to the 25 and one was ran back to the 3.
So I'm looking, and you cut those at least in half, maybe more, and they're at home.
Crazy place to play, man. Place is going to be rocking tonight.
So we got some dog college football playoff games going on that are going head-to-head with NFL games. And one of those NFL games at 5 o'clock, so this will be clashing with Ole Miss Tulane. It will be the Eagles -7 in Washington.
Didn't love seeing yesterday that Jalen Carter and some of their defensive linemen didn't practice. I don't know if that means that they're not going to play. But Washington is they're in Cancun mode. They shut it down. Their starting quarterback's not playing. Division team that still thinks in their mind that they can make some noise. I'm going to lay the points and roll with the Eagles.
You said it's 6.5?
I said 7.
Oh, all right. I'm still laying the points. Their defense is awful. And I think I have a theory now. All the guys that I'm going against in fantasy, I'm going to bet their overs. Like, I got to get some money out of this. Like, I'm going against Jalen Hurts. Whatever your overs are, I'm taking them. So I'll be thrilled to spend the money if you go under.
And then going against JMU in Oregon will be the Micah Parsonless Packers -1 on the road in Chicago.
So obviously divisional matchup should be a very good game. Bears they lost a close one to them, just a couple weeks ago. So I think they're going to avenge that. Caleb is playing really well right now. DeAndre Swift has been magical for them lately. And DJ Moore, suddenly, remember I called him out like, where's DJ Moore? All of a sudden, there he is. So I'm going to, again, this should be a very, very good game, but I'm going to take the Bears.
You guys mentioned the Micah Parsons injury. Obviously a big blow.
The Gary, Indiana Bears.
You don't know if Christian Watson's going in this one, and the Bears secondary, you can kind of push the ball downfield and take advantage of that. So, but it's weird because they're bad kind of in the back end, but they're number 1 in the league in turnovers, that being the Bears. So I'll roll with the Bears at home in this one.
All right, let's go over to Sunday, 1 o'clock, 10 TV. Bills -10.5 on Lake Erie.
Yeah, it's just hard for me to see how the Browns are going to muster up enough offense to do this.
Their line's bad too. Like it'd be one thing if their line was good and the average weapons could kind of do something behind it.
Yeah,
that's
I'm going to lay it. Roll Buffalo.
It's a team that is a must-win. How many points? 10?
10.5.
See, that's a little robust for me.
What's your line though?
Yeah,
it's a lot.
Till it's not.
Till it's a pick 6.
Yeah. Well, boy, from your mouth to the fantasy god's ears, I'm not. Browns fans, you need to root for loss anyway for draft stuff. So you should be with me on that. Yeah, I mean, I think Josh Allen's back in the MVP conversation a little bit. Like he's in the conversation. They need the game. Cleveland loves letting quarterbacks scramble all over the place for first downs. Well, maybe not lately. All right, I'm going to take the points. I think 10.5's a little. I think since they laid an egg last week, that they're going to have some pride.
That's a risk, though.
There'll be some pride. No, I'm not to that point, but I just think somehow they run the ball with Quinshawn and they keep it within 10.5. It's probably very stupid of me to say, but it's also maybe a mental hedge.
All right. The Bengals defense is porous, as we have discussed throughout the season, but they are going up against a 7th-round quarterback. Quinn Ewers making his starting debut in Miami, but the Bills are 4-point favorites.
Mike Gesicki revenge.
Who's the 4-point favorite?
Did I say the Bills? I meant the Bengals.
Okay.
Right. Whoops.
Mike Gesicki revenge game down there in Miami.
Is that a thing?
Is that how we're branding this?
It's like the Ohio Cup.
Exactly. Yeah, with no clue, right? With T. Higgins, whether or not he's going to play. He's got the concussion stuff going on. Clearly a bad outing last week for the Bengals offense. But, yeah, Quinn Ewers just first start in this situation. I'll roll with Houday.
It's a bad spot. I mean, just make your tiebreaker the quarterbacks here. Joe's let everybody know he's miserable and not having fun. There's a quick cure for that. Have a good game in South Florida. Show everybody you're still the man.
How do you feel about partying in South Florida the night before? That'll cure some things, too.
I'm all good with it, and I think they can win anyway, so I'll take Cincy and lay the points.
Yes.
Oh, hey, the Titans play this weekend against the playing for nothing.
Yeah.
I love to hear it. Gardner Minshew-led Kansas City Chiefs. And the Chiefs are 3-point favorites in Nashville.
I still think at this moment Gardner Minshew's a better quarterback right now than Cam Ward. And I still think just top to bottom, they're a better team. And so I'll lay the, what is it again, 3.5? 3. I'll lay the 3 and roll with Kansas City on the road. Tennessee's got 2 wins this year.
All right, so 2 things. One, Rashee Rice is in concussion protocol. I really don't know where that stands. 2, they've been eliminated. 3, are you really risking the veterans' bumps and bruises? They're a very battered team, injured now. The dynasty's dead. Like, I don't want to play Kansas City off this week. I'm riding with the Titans.
Wow. Okay.
I think they smell a little blood in the water for us. A chance to, like, the body's cold and they're going to kick it a little bit. Like, I feel like
else to it too.
Yeah, I think the Titans. This is a bad team to back. I understand that, but it's a spot play.
I don't even want to say what I was about to say.
Give me the Titans. I'm not even sure where that was going.
Yeah, I'm out of bounds on that one. Don't even worry about it. Go ahead. What's that?
The Jets and the Saints. I believe the Saints have back-to-back wins against 2 teams fighting for the playoffs, and the Bucs and the Panthers. So the Saints are playing some decent football right now, and they are 5-point favorites against the Jets.
It sucks because I'm going against the Saints defense, and it's a good call by CB to take them against Brady Cook. And
I love this CB and you thing this week. It's been unbelievable.
The Jets are going with Brady.
Are we getting
Cook.
A post-game interview next week?
We're going to have to. As much work as we put in about this fantasy matchup.
There's no way we can't follow up.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm laying the Saints. Honestly, what I'm praying for is just a no pick six, no scoop and score, none of that crap. Mm-hmm. Like, I can live with some sacks, but nothing that puts the dagger in. So give me the Saints, though.
If you start Tyler Warren, that means he's playing on Monday Night Football, which means we're going to be spending our 1-hour Tuesday show talking about fantasy.
It won't matter because they're playing San Fran, and he has Jonathan Taylor and Kittle. So the Tyler Warren effect.
A lot of points. A lot of points to be had on Monday.
Real quick, Tyler Shucks showing the Saints a little something last couple of weeks, doing some good things with his legs. Last week, did some pretty good things with his arm. I don't know if that, eliminates him from drafting a quarterback, but he's showing a little promise there. So y'all roll with New Orleans at home.
We'll worry about the rest later.
Yeah, these are the games where they're very hard to predict. You've got eliminated teams playing against teams that have something to play for, but this is still the NFL, and you know what happens. Somehow, some way, it always goes the other way.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll get you into a Buckeye Bulletin up next, and we'll check in on a little bit of recruiting and whether or not this the transfer portal departure or arrival. We'll knock that out next. Rothman and Ice and the Fan.
We're the girthiest radio station in the history of radio. Uncomfortably girthy. This promo is uncomfortable. The Fan, Ohio's girth destination.
Ho, ho, ho! This weekend is your last chance to save with Santa Bucks at Meijer. Save up to $50 with Santa Bucks this Friday and Saturday. And shop popular brands like Lego, Ninja, Keurig, Barbie, and Monster Jam. Clip your Santa Bucks coupon in the Meijer app now and get more merry for your money this Friday and Saturday. The holiday is always a good deal better at Meijer. Exclusions apply. See all deals in the Meijer app.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
The Lindsay Honda year-end clearance is on. Enjoy the lowest prices of the season on hundreds of new in-stock Hondas like 2026 Civic Sport Hybrid Sedan or 2026 HR-V LX front-wheel drive. Your choice, just $299 a month. Zero cash down. Remember, our goal is 100% credit approval. Shop Lindsay Honda and save big.
From our family to yours, Merry Christmas.
Happy Honda Clearance on select 2025 models only. Visit lindsayhonda.com for details.
They're trained. They're fired up.
Let's do it.
When you need heat,
they can't be beat. They're Ohio State's undefeated heating and cooling team. For plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling, there's only one team, the Waterworks. Better care, better value, better results. Call the Waterworks at 614-232-2222 or visit them online at thewaterworks.com. A proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
How many different ways can you consume morning juice? Let's see. Live on YouTube, live on the Fans HD3 podcast on demand, and on 10 TV Plus. And we'll send Bobby right to your house.
Weekday mornings from 6 to 8.
The Fan.
Hey guys, 13-year NFL veteran and Super Bowl champion Jason McCourty here, and I'm an innovation ambassador at FAIR, Food Allergy and Research Education. I would say the most challenging thing as a parent of a kid who has a food allergy is probably the ignorance that I myself had in the beginning. I didn't know what anaphylactic shock was. I didn't know the dangers, let alone the things that she needed to be able to have a normal life. When you go to drop your kid off, and every single time in the beginning, we'd have to go through everything she was allergic to. Preparation is everything. And me, for playing football for 13 years, it was all throughout the course of the week. It's getting ready for game day. When you're on the field, you're playing for your fans. At home, you're playing for your family. My playbook, read labels, keep it allergy friendly, and have an epinephrine nasal spray as a backup plan. Because when my family's safe from food allergens, that's the real victory. Visit foodallergy.org to learn more.
Men, we hear it all the time. A man comes in to get his erectile dysfunction treated, and very soon thereafter, he tells us that his relationship is renewed. This is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health, and you should know that ED doesn't just affect you, it also often affects your partner. They can feel undesired, unwanted, they may even feel like you don't love them anymore. At Tri-State Men's Health, we've successfully treated thousands of men for ED with protocols that have success rates as high as 90%, which means if you're like most men, we can get you back to the guy you used to be. You could even last up to an hour or more and find you're performing like you haven't in years. So call us today and give your partner the gift of renewed love. Your first visit is only $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in our office, your visit is free. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com. That's tristatemenshealth.com. We have 2 convenient locations in the area to serve you in Hilliard and Westerville. Tri-State Men's Health, a Promenic restorative health practice.
It's almost Football Friday. All play and no work.
Sponsored by Tansky Sawmill Toyota.
Your home for football, The Fan. Rothman and Ice present Buckeye Bulletin.
Sponsored by Logan AC and Heat Services. Don't go through another furnace breakdown. For fast, friendly service, call the experts at Logan Services now for a free estimate and next day furnace installation.
All right, little Buckeye Bulletin time. All right, why don't we give the folks a little bit of a scouting assignment here, because you're probably wondering, maybe some of you are like, I don't care who they play. But just so you know, so you'll be able to be a big hit with your friends when they ask, Miami is playing Texas A&M on Saturday at noon.
Okay.
Well, Buckeyes get the winner of that game. So you all need to be focused on that.
It should be a crazy atmosphere for that one, right, AR?
Well, it's in College Station,
right,
so that'll be crazy.
Absolutely.
The fact it's a low spread, but the over-under's at 48.5. I mean, these are home games. These are home games, man. We know what that feels like here, and we knew what they were getting into.
That matters. That absolutely matters, and that's why you look at that game, as you mentioned, and then the one tomorrow night with Bama and Oklahoma. That scene should be nuts as well. And so, yeah, I'm here for it. I like kind of the vibe out of the gate for the college football playoff at some of these home sites. I like it. It's fun.
All right, so now you know. We have a portal departure, and I think we can probably connect the dots on this. So when I saw the headline, Ohio State loses a 4-star, 20-game wide receiver transfer portal, like, okay, what's that? Who would that be? And then it turns out to be that he was a guy in their depth chart, and that's Bryson Rodgers. And Bryson Rodgers, let's take a look at Bryson, because certainly we feel he's got a future, but he is a Florida dude.
I got the numbers for you if you want.
All right, yeah, let's hear the numbers.
So this year he only had 6 catches for 79 yards. That would put him as wide receiver 5 on the depth chart. Obviously, Jeremiah Carnell, Brandon Innes being the first line. And then the fourth guy to fill in would have been Mylan Graham, although he also only had 6 catches for 93 yards. And so you would have thought that Bryson Rodgers would have been in contention to be a Carnell Tate replacement with Jeremiah and Brandon Innes coming back. So you would have thought that, I mean, based on that, Mylan Graham's played 8 games, 6 catches for 93. Bryson Rodgers played 7 games, 6 catches for 79. So you would have thought that those two would have been head-to-head in pretty stiff competition. But when your wide receiver coach leaves, I guess it leaves you feeling a little bit differently about the program at large.
AR, I think you're following the right breadcrumbs.
Yes, it may make him feel like, but it also creates a potential opportunity.
He wants to put the horns up in Tampa.
That's what I was thinking. Like you just said, the reason I'm leaving is because my guy left. But where's my guy going? He's going to where I'm from, and maybe I got a chance to be.
Yeah, he knows the offense, no doubt. He knows the offense. I'm assuming Brian will run a similar offense to what we saw here, and so there's some comfort there, and
maybe incentivize him,
maybe as well. Yeah, no doubt. And on the other side of that, Coach Hartline knows what he's about. So yeah, I don't think any of us should be surprised if we find out those two parties connect down there in Tampa anytime soon. It's what you see. I won't be surprised when the dust settles if we hear some Ole Miss guys are going to make their way over to Baton Rouge to follow Lane Kiffin, especially offensive guys, since he's an offensive-minded guy as well. And so yeah, good luck to Bryson Rodgers. And you also got to be real with yourself and look at what's coming behind you. And you have the Chris Henry Jr.'s of the world and the Legend Bays of the world and all these guys that are on the way that are very, very talented. And so there's always going to be that day in and day out grind of having to earn your opportunities. And maybe down there in Florida, he sees a cleaner path if he does go to USF to get out there on the field and probably become what he thinks he can become.
Ohio State's still the betting favorite to win it all at 2-1. So pretty good value on them. As a team that gets a bye, you're getting 2-1 on your money. Now, if you want to take it a step further and say, okay, I want to predict the championship game. Well, I'm looking out for this Oregon team. I am.
You mental hedging already on the Hoosiers? Is that what's happening here?
It's not even a mental hedge. It's kind of a realistic hedge. I said would it surprise me if Indiana was able to win a couple games and get to the championship? No, it wouldn't surprise me. I don't think it would surprise anybody. But it also wouldn't surprise me if they lost. And they're not a super team. And they're just a really, really good balanced team. But they're also protecting a perfect season. And I think it's really hard to do that, especially against teams you've played already. But I'm just trying to look at the projections on who they would play. So you can get Ohio State to beat Texas Tech or Oregon right now at 10-1. Like, so you get some decent value if you just can. If you think Ohio State's going to win it all, sure, go ahead and bet them at 2-1. I'm not saying not to do that. But if you really feel like you got a decent handle on the value and what team I think they'll play in the championship, then go ahead and take the leap because you're getting such good value on if they play Oregon at 10-1 or Texas Tech at 10-1. Now, if you want to repeat with Indiana, you're getting 5.5-1.
Okay.
So, is there any other team that I should be thinking of? Not Bama.
I hear what you're saying, AR, about Oregon, because when I look at that side of the bracket, I do think they're the second best team right now on that side of the bracket. I like them more than Tech. I like them more than Bama and Oklahoma. And so they shouldn't struggle at all with James Madison. I think that would shock us all if that's a close game late on Saturday. And so, yeah, for Oregon, with what Dan Lanning has built and some of the experiences they got last year, going through that run of the regular season undefeated, getting into the playoffs and getting cracked by Ohio State, they kind of know, I think, how to approach this now. And so, yeah, for Indiana, that's definitely the team I'd be looking out for.
Yeah, and
for sure.
I find them similar to Indiana in this way, in that they gutted out a win at Iowa, just like Indiana did. They had to win down the stretch. They felt the pressure. They put up a lot of points against USC in a game they knew they had to win. They went to Washington and won a game. They blew the game they won the game at Penn State in double overtime, which, by the way, Penn State was, at that point, I'm not saying that they were legit, but too legit to quit. But they had Drew Aller still, like they had their team, right? They had their team at that point. That would be the one that would be fun to see, maybe, if you got that going. But those are your odds on the football right now as it stands. The Buckeye basketball team, men's basketball team, is going to Atlanta on Saturday. They got a matchup with the Tar Heels. They're like top 15 now. Or Maybe they always
They've
have
been fun
been.
one, man, and they're coming off a good win, right? Bruce Stewart has
Great
an
win.
incredible game, right? Ices the game in double overtime. Did some really good things on defense. But one thing I like coming out of the last game was some of the things you saw from the freshman Bynum, right? And so hopefully he can, find some confidence in that performance and continue to build off of that, because he's always got the energy when you're out there watching him do his thing. And so they get more depth and add another piece to the mix, and Bynum, that's clearly what you want. But, yeah, looking forward to that for sure.
My boy Jay Burson has 51 points to enjoy. He's got a 51-point cushion on Bruce right now. So
enjoy it while it lasts.
Might have a couple 3 games left, J-Bo, but that's okay because you're an 80s guy, and I love that. All right, we're going to come back. Top of the hour, we'll do a fan sports update, and we'll get into our deep dive. Joel Klatt, he took the paddles to his poor NCAA tournament take. So he revived the body only to try to kill it again. I'm not really sure where he's going, but you'll hear it next. Rothman and Ice and the Fan.
Just when you thought afternoons couldn't get any dumber.
You fellas been doing a bit of boozing, have you?
Common Man and Timmy.
Weekdays from 3 to 6.
Your home for dumb. The Fan.
Dormar, you're pilot hero.
From moving compliance targets to shifting regulations, the pressure to stabilize is growing. At Plant Moran, we help you meet complexity with confidence. We cut through the noise and give you the tools to act, ground your planning in insights, and tailored tax strategies from senior specialists so the next step you take is on solid footing. Don't chase stability, lead with it. Plant Moran. Stability, period.
Hey everybody, it's Berm. Jeremy Birmingham from the Austin and Berm Show on 97.1 The Fan. It's confession time. I finally stopped pretending I was fine and started Awaken 180 last Monday. I've watched Austin melt away. I've watched Brandon shrink in real time. I've seen Scotty Vegas and those guys all look like they're aging in reverse, while I've continued to hold on to 40 additional pounds from the COVID years like it's a media credential. Now, of course, spending 6 hours a day in the car multiple times a week doesn't help, but we all have excuses. The holidays, that's another excuse, but I'm dropping that and already cruising through week 1 with Awaken 180, feeling the difference. I just feel better, primarily in my joints, and anyone who has arthritis like me knows it's not a joke, especially as we get up there in age. The decreased inflammation I'm already feeling is awesome. There's power in waking up eager to start the day, and Awaken 180 is giving that to me. If you've been watching everyone else succeed, thinking, yeah, maybe someday, trust me, someday starts today. I weigh in next week, and I bet I'll already have lost 10 pounds. Do yourselves a favor, do what we all did, and choose the solution for weight loss online at awaken180weightloss.com.
Hey, it's Anthony. I know you're going to be busy buying gifts for everybody else. That makes you a great person, a very giving person. So you know what that means? You deserve one. Why don't you give yourself the gift of comfort and foot pain relief? How do you do that? With the Good Feet Store Arch Support Inserts. I've got them, and they've really improved my body alignment and overall foot health. They're nothing like the over-the-counter insoles. My Good Feet Arch Supports are strong, supportive, flexible. I will not wear a pair of shoes without them, because if I do, my lower back is going to hate me for it. This is what you get when you go to the Good Feet Store. A comprehensive foot analysis by their trained specialists with a digital foot scanning that helps design your personal arch support system. And of course, any follow-up support you may need. With over 3 decades of helping customers find lasting relief, their track record speaks for itself. Good feet, good life. Walk-ins are welcome, but you can also make an appointment online right now at goodfeet.com.
Hey, it's Matty Ice. Are you in need of a dependable truck for the long winter months ahead? Well, then my buddies at McDaniel GM Superstore in Marion have just what you're looking for at the best price around. You can lease a brand new 26 Chevy Silverado 1500 for just $339 a month for 36 months with $1,379 due at signing, or you can save up to $15,000 off MSRP if you finance. Certain restrictions apply. They're just off Route 23 on 95 in Marion, or you can visit McDanielGMSuperstore.com. Chevrolet, together, let's drive.
Never have I ever called my sister from the finish line of my first marathon. Hello? You won't believe where I am. Are you running? Mile 26. I'm gonna make it.
Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e with its advanced camera system on us. Plus 2 lines for just $30 a line.
Guys, I can't believe it.
I knew you could do it, babe.
That was amazing. Mom, how do you feel? I feel great. I can't feel my feet. Let's take a picture, and then you may carry me to the car.
Share every stride, every mile, every memory on America's best network. Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e on us and 2 lines for just $30 a line.
With 24 monthly bill credits and 2 eligible port-ins on Essentials 55 Plus for well-qualified customers with autopay plus taxes, fees, and $35 device connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Contact us. Finance agreement 128 gigabytes, $599.99 required. Best mobile network in the U.S. based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence data 1H 2025. Visit T-Mobile.com.
Dormar, your climate hero.
When your furnace or air conditioner is broke, we come out that same day. Dormar, home the Tin Man.
Picture it, your holiday table, the family cooking together, the scent of golden brown bread, rosemary from roasted potatoes, and a salad so crisp it snaps. This season at Kroger, make the moments that matter possible with quality that's affordable in every aisle. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Save on USDA Choice Bone-In Ribeye Roast. Just $8.99 a pound with your card and additional $25 purchase. Limit 1. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Listen to Financially Fit Radio with Corey Sickles this Saturday at 9 a.m. on 97.1 The Fan, covering topics like what you need to know about annuities and how to stay healthy and enjoy retirement. Financially Fit Radio this Saturday at 9 a.m. on 97.1 The Fan.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus.
Good afternoon. I'm Ryan Baker. After snapping a 5-game losing streak on Tuesday, the Columbus Blue Jackets look to make it back-to-back wins when they host the Minnesota Wild tonight at Nationwide. Jet Greaves gets the start in goal. Zach Aston Reese returns to the lineup. Pre-game coverage here on The Fan gets underway at 6:30. Puck drop is at 7. We've got basketball over on The Fan, too, tonight as the 21st ranked Ohio State women's basketball team hosts Norfolk State over at the Shot. Tyler Danberg has the call on The Fan, too, beginning at 6:15 with the tip at 6:30. Thursday night football, a big NFC West matchup. The Seattle Seahawks hosting the Los Angeles Rams at 8:15. That's on The Fan, too, immediately after the Buckeye basketball game. And Ohio State wide receiver Bryson Rodgers will enter the transfer portal. This one brought to you by Germain Toyota, the best selection of new and used cars in Central Ohio. You can view that selection online at germaintoyota.net.
Most shows just skim the surface, but Rothman and I feel like the biggest story of the day deserves a closer look. It's time for a deeper dive.
Sponsored by Low T Center. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
All right, hour number 3, Mike Petraglia. We'll get his take on how the Bengals are going to play out the string here at the end of the season and whether we could have a shakeup down there. So listen to 2:30 to that. Good email from Mark today when we were talking about the Sherrone Moore stuff. And he's like, is it just standard practice for people working in UM athletics to have a lawyer on call / speed dial? So the first thing that went through my mind is this, and I don't, we can judge the situation, but we got to be careful because we're not there. And I don't know whether she just happened to be on the phone with her lawyer at the time he showed up. So that would make sense, right? It's not like first call to the lawyer. If someone's barging into my house, my first call is 911. It's not to my lawyer, especially if I'm afraid. But I'm leaving a little bit of room for maybe she was on the phone with her lawyer at the time he showed up.
Maybe so
now I've got an instant witness to what's happening.
Yeah.
And now, I say this as someone that's not going through that emotional time because it's easy for us to just say what we would do.
Yeah.
But if you're afraid for your life, see, I would be like, this is what I would do. If I was on the phone with you and someone was barging into my house, I would say, Maddie, I'm going to put you on speaker so in case I get killed, you'll know. Like, no, I would say, Maddie, call 911 right now.
Yeah.
Send them to my place. I wouldn't, you know what I mean? I would.
No, for sure. I totally understand that. Yeah. I'd be on my way after that, too.
Maybe you go away for a second and call 911.
I would.
It's not like I wouldn't want you on the phone. It's just like either I have to call him or you have to call him.
Right.
Because now I'm in protection mode.
I get that.
I'm not just like, I don't need just someone listening in hopes that that's going to.
Some help on the way.
So anyway, but decent email there from Mark. We appreciate you listening. Joel Klatt, we talked about him this week. He has done what a lot of people should do in life that maybe we don't do enough of, and that's reflect and on certain things that you say. And listen, I've done them. I've had them. like where I'm like, okay, that was a take that I had, and maybe it was a little animated or wasn't exact. Maybe it was just the mood we were in, or we were backing something up, and maybe you wouldn't say it all the time. Maybe you wouldn't, if you had to go back, like if I said to you, Maddie, like, in all the shows you've done, would you do anything differently? I'm sure you wouldn't say, no, absolutely not. 100%, I would do it exactly the way I said.
I'd be a fool to do that.
Right. Yeah. And so...
He brought up necrophilia earlier in the show. I think I don't
know if he wanted you to...
I don't know.
It did go through his mind, baby.
It was AI. It was the AI version of it. It wasn't me.
And that's what I said Jamar Chase should have said.
It was AI.
It was AI to spit on Jalen Ramsey. AI can make
that simple.
Oh, man.
So Joel Klatt has reflected upon his NCAA March Madness is a joke and it's unfair. The weirdest part about it is he said it was unfair to like the big boys. And that's where he lost me. Like, enough of that. Like, if you can't show up and be ready for a game in a single elimination tournament, then that's on you. Like, if you take a team lightly and you get upset, like, good. That's sports.
No, like I disagree with that, though, because, again, the whole thing about, like, let's say college football this year, like, Indiana beat Oregon and beat Ohio State, and they may have to beat them twice now to prove that they're the national champion. So, like, I agree. Like, the more that you expand the playoffs,
in the NFL.
I know, but the more you expand the playoffs, the more bullets you're firing at the best to make them prove themselves, and you're giving mulligans to the worst team. So I agree with his point there, but he's such a playoff expansion proponent that those two arguments are running, like, right into each other.
This happens in every sport, though. You run into teams you played earlier in the year. It happens in every sport. You get to the playoff, and sometimes you got to beat them again. Like, I don't know why this is such a bad thing like that, because I really don't know what his alternative is. Like, if you're going to have a playoff, then you're risking something. And we're going to give the better teams either the higher seed or a location or a bye. Like, they have an advantage. So he walked it back, but I'm not really sure he did.
I had an interesting take. It was a bad take. It was a terrible take. To be fair, what I said on their show on Monday morning early was sloppy and worded wrong. And so it was kind of like I landed the plane, but it was in a cornfield. And so, like, we had to hit the eject, and it was like we kind of like the plane didn't crash necessarily. Here's the deal. The NCAA basketball tournament, if the objective was to crown the best basketball team of the college basketball season, then it's a bad format. And because of that, then it's not fair, is what I said. And I said, it's a joke. It's the dumbest. And that's obviously going to grab headlines. And again, that's stupid of me to use those terms. But the structure of the NCAA basketball tournament, its objective is entertainment. It's meant to be a gauntlet. So the point is, the best college basketball team for the year doesn't always win the NCAA basketball tournament. That tournament is set up to just crown its own champion. It's a made-for-TV entertainment event, and it's great.
No.
I completely agree with him.
Oh, I can't disagree with him more.
Because we romanticize what sticks with everybody about March Madness over the years. It's not the champion. It's the, hey, we may see a St. Mary's. There's a Sister Jean to support. Like, that to me, I completely understand what he's saying. It's the
Maddie, he's saying those teams are actually winning it. They're not.
No, they're not winning it. But I think a bit of what he's trying to say is that's, I think, more of the focus of the tournament shouldn't be on that, opposed to the teams that we know are better all year. And so that's why, for me, I like March Madness, but the whole deep runs of Cinderellas, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. And so I completely agree with Joel on his take there on the NCAA tournament.
So then the solution is that you make college basketball a best of 3 or a best of 5 or a best of 7?
No, I don't.
Just so we can make sure the most talented teams win?
No, I don't think that's his argument. I think his argument is branching off from the regular season in March Madness. He's saying the best team in the regular season, who we deem as number 1 going into the tournament, that team more times than not doesn't win, right?
They do.
The championship,
actually,
right?
They do.
No, but I think what he's saying is when you have these teams that pop up as Cinderellas, that path for that team, is that the appropriate way to do it?
I got to tell you,
Does
I
that
can
really
name,
crown
I can
who the
name
best
those
is?
teams on one hand. And you got to go back years to do it. With Villanova in 85, Houston or NC State in 83, a Butler team that catches fire. Like, we get one team. We're not littering the Final Four with Cinderellas. Like, I think he's got this thing reversed, and that somehow this tournament is so flawed that we're not seeing the best teams win. We do see the best teams win.
Like UConn just won it.
We don't know who's the best of the best until they play the tournament. Like, I don't know why he's so hell-bent on that the best teams should somehow automatically be gifted into a Final 8 or a Final 4 because they're the best, and we can't stand to see upsets. Number one's already getting to play a 16, and then they play the winner of 8 and 9. Like, now, could teams be overseeded or underseeded? Yeah, that's the beauty. That's the mystery of the tournament. Like, he took the most beloved thing to me and wanted to say, you know what? I'm done with the upsets. I don't like them. I don't like that the best teams maybe don't show up in one day and they get booted out. Well, that's sports.
But you also are a person that you love the underdog. Like I think some of your emotion is rooted in the enjoyment of watching that develop throughout a tournament. I'm on the other side of that.
Flawed though. Like, and I don't see a flaw. 65% of this tournament goes to the 1 seed all the time. Like, name me the Cinderellas. I named them. There aren't that many. And if they do get far, they're only getting maybe to the 8 or the 4. Yes, could a great team get knocked out? Of course. That's the beauty of it. I don't know why he thinks it's flawed. Now, if you told me, hey, this thing's in inverse, we got 65% of seeds that are 6 or worse are winning this thing every year, then, Maddie, I would say you're right. Something's a little off with it. But it's not. The analytics back it up. The number one seeds are winning 65, 70% of the time. And we only usually get one Cinderella.
I still agree with Joel that it's still a little fluky for me, the process. Because I hear what he's saying about when you're a team that puts in so much work throughout the entire year, right? And you get to a point and you can lose to, I don't know, pick a Cinderella team program whatever team, right?
St. Joseph's.
Is that the appropriate way to find a national champion in that sport? I think that's what he's trying to get at. Now, I would love to hear his solution because we haven't heard that. But I think that's where his problem is. He doesn't like how that sport goes about finding their champion after you put in over 3-4 months of work or whatever it is throughout the regular season.
It did kind of sound like he didn't say this outwardly. It sounded like he was implying that the solution was a series where he's like, you just have one-off game and you could have a cold shooting night and then you lose. So he didn't say these words, but it sounded like the solution that somebody should have offered to rebut that point would have been, you want them to have a series?
You're not playing back-to-back nights. You're not, like, you get time to prepare. You see your road. Like, if the better team on paper gets upset, I'm good with it. I'm like, that's your fault. Like, I don't think you deserve, like, a mulligan. Like, and the other thing is the thing we love the most is the NFL in this. So if the best sport in this country is the NFL, and now I know it's football and basketball, it's physical. You can't do it the way they do in basketball because you can't play as many games. But my point is, they're not going to a series. They're a one and done. We've seen, but they get buys. The division winners, they get a home game. Like, it is slanted towards the teams that have earned the better seeds. Like, I guess where I'm at with it, bottom line is, why is it so important for the best teams on paper to make sure that they have a much better chance of winning?
Because of their body of work and the teams that they had to play throughout the regular season that are tougher than some of the Cinderellas in the conferences they came from.
I think we kind of do that for them. We seed them higher. They have the matchups. They're a big favorite. We regionalize them so they're more of their fans there. I don't know what more you can do. And they supposedly get an easier road because their bracket is set up for that. But yeah, I don't know if he walked it back. It wasn't. I didn't hear the truck beeping. That's all. All right, we'll come back, Maddie, with a little pre-snap read. And our bet of the night for Bet365. Rothman and Ice on the Fan.
We know everything about you. We know you love the Buckeyes. We know you love the Jackets. We know you're wearing a red shirt. I just freaked the hell out of someone. The Fan.
Care Heating and Cooling. Honest technicians, honest pricing. Call 1-800-COOLING.
Bet365 is paying out before the final whistle.
Check out Bet365's unrivaled early payout offer. When you bet on a team to win and they take a 17-point lead, you get paid no matter the final score. Forget the final whistle and start counting that cash. Hold up. You get early payout on parlays, too.
Download the app and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Ohio. T&Cs apply.
Always still look at myself as a high-performing athlete, even at 40 years old. And so I want to go able to run and run fast and do things that I could 15 and 20 years ago. And it was getting to the point where the pain was starting to limit that.
Pain attacks people from all walks of life, not just former professional athletes like Bobby Carpenter. That's where QC Kinetics non-surgical treatment steps in.
And now that the pain is gone, I've been able to go and do the stuff that I love and run fast and run sprints and try to get back to where I was.
QC Kinetics regenerative treatments use your body's own healing properties to deliver long-term relief without surgery.
Now, being able to go and work out and do the stuff that I want to do and challenge my body, it's made me a better person, a more pleasant person to be around.
Don't wait. Call QC Kinetics for your free consultation today. QC Kinetics.
Call QC Kinetics. 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544. 380-208-4544.
I'm back to doing what I love and more. Thanks to the Good Feet store.
Visit the Good Feet store on Polaris Parkway near the Polaris Mall or on Stringtown Road in Grove City. Walk-ins are always welcome.
I once read a story about a few trees that each dreamed of becoming something amazing. The first tree dreamed of becoming a priceless treasure chest. The second, a great royal ship. And the third, a tree so tall it would point to heaven. As fate would have it, the first tree did not become the treasure chest, but rather a simple manger used for feeding animals. Until one silent night when it found itself holding the greatest treasure the world would ever know. The second tree did not become a great ship for a king, but only a simple fishing boat. Until one day it carried the King of Kings that would calm the storm. And lastly, the third tree did not grow into the heavens, but rather had a destiny as a worn-out cross, and that cross held God's sacrifice for humanity so that all would be saved. Hi, it's Steve Lindsay, and it's incredible to know that whether this year went according to our plans and dreams, or whether everything seemed to be falling apart, we have a Jesus Christ who can use us no matter what our failures, our sins, or past are to still do incredible things. Merry Christmas from the Lindsay Automotive family.
Love football, love wings. Put those bad boys together and you get Austin and Byrne live at Roosters.
Presented by Bryant Heating and Cooling.
Large amounts of football and all the donkey sauce you can handle. Mondays on the Fans YouTube channel.
With Steel, batteries are included. This holiday season, give a gift that's ready to go right out of the box. For everything from cleaning up the yard to cutting up firewood, Steel tools check off the wish list and knock out the to-do list. And right now, buy select battery tool sets and get a free extra battery. Visit SteelUSA.com for holiday deals and gift ideas. Happy holidays from Steel. Offer valid for a limited time only at participating dealers while supplies last. With Steel, batteries are included. This holiday season, give a gift that's ready to go right out of the box. For everything from cleaning up the yard to cutting up firewood, Steel tools check off the wish list and knock out the to-do list. And right now, buy select battery tool sets and get a free extra battery. Visit SteelUSA.com for holiday deals and gift ideas. Happy holidays from Steel. Offer valid for a limited time only at participating dealers while supplies last.
Men, it's the holidays, the season of all kinds of hustle and bustle. But if your energy is down, if you aren't sleeping well, if your sex drive is MIA, and you just don't feel like the guy you once were, maybe it's tough to get excited for all the holiday cheer. This is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health, and if this sounds like you may have low testosterone. And if so, this is the season for you to get treated. At Tri-State Men's Health, we're experts in treating low T. If you're like most guys, you'll feel the change in just a few weeks. And truly, the results can be life-changing. You'll have improved mental clarity, your energy will kick up, Your workouts will be better, your sleep patterns will improve, and your sex drive will likely heat up as well. So call us and don't go through another season with low T. Your initial visit is only $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if you start on testosterone the day of your appointment, your visit is free. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com. That's tristatemenshealth.com. We have 2 convenient locations in the area to serve you in Hilliard and Westerville.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
As we go into the afternoon, wild, warm winds will help those temperatures get into the mid to low 50s for central Ohio. A mix of sun and clouds early with chances of rain developing a little bit in the afternoon and early evening, but the biggest, heaviest will be overnight into the early morning hours on Friday. Switching into some snow showers for Friday morning. For the Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with the 10 Weather Impact Forecast.
Bet365, the official online sports book of Rothman and Ice. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Rothman and Ice present Please Snap Leads.
Sponsored by Newman Roofing. Call Newman Roofing today at 614-NEW-ROOF. That's 614-NEW-ROOF. Or visit online at newmanroofing.com.
All right, Maddie, a little Bet365 time.
Let's get into it, AR, because at Bet365, they have a great offer for new customers right now that I don't want you guys to miss. The offer is you get on over to Bet365. All you're going to have to do after that is bet $5, folks, and you will soon get $150 in bonus bets, whether you win or lose. So go ahead and turn that $150 into something bigger and better when you bet on spreads, totals, player props, or money lines.
Let me tell you who's playing receiver for the LA Rams tonight, besides Puka and Colby Parkinson.
Yeah, my guy. Come on.
Davis Allen. Terrence Ferguson.
Heard of that guy.
Kanata Mumpfield.
Yeah, I don't know him.
And we have heard of Tutu Atwell on occasion. Those are the names.
Okay.
That sounds weird.
Nasty work, huh? That's what you're hearing.
So let's spin the wheel of indiscriminate receiver and see if we can't get one catch and win a bet. Tutu Atwell's over-under is 12.5 yards.
Done.
Seems like one catch.
Seems.
Although he had 9 last week, but Devontae played. Then he had 0 the week before. But I kind of like 12.5.
Okay.
The other one is, and this is the one that this is either going to crash and burn or it's an automatic. The Rams snap counts from the win over the Lions, 78% of the snaps went to Terrence Ferguson.
Okay.
Played against Ohio State twice.
Yeah, Oregon Duck.
And I got to tell you, so his over-under is 21.5. If Devontae is doubtful, and I know we think it's all going to go to Colby Parkinson.
Darn right it is.
I still haven't pulled the trigger on that.
I'm doing it. And I'm going all in right now.
Maybe I just root for you. If he scores, I'll be happy for you.
You'd be happier if he was, lighting up your phone.
I know.
One of those touchdown alerts.
It's the gusts, the winds, the rain.
Gust, must. Whatever.
All right, so 78% of the snaps from Terrence Ferguson. I'm going to grab him at over 21.5. And let's go in on Tutu Atwell over 12.5.
Yeah, it's Colby's night. It's Colby Parkinson's night. He's got 3 touchdowns over the last 2 games. Give me an anytime touchdown for Colby Parkinson. How does Al Michaels say it again?
Colby Parkinson.
Yeah, I'm rocking with him. I'm rocking with him. He's touching some paint tonight. Plus 210 is the juice on that.
Now, that's the mental hedge for me, though. I could bet him. I could not put him in my fantasy lineup, but bet him to score a touchdown.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going all in. I'm going
the insurance.
Scared money don't make no money. Scared money don't make no money. Download the app and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Ohio. Terms and conditions apply. In-app only.
And may the odds be ever in your favor.
All right, TLC, we got some more games to look at.
Yes, we do. I believe we left off at the Chargers and the Cowboys. The Cowboys are going to be -2 in Big D.
It's so weird because right around Thanksgiving, the Cowboys were the team. Here they come, right? They're beating the Eagles and the Chiefs, and have they won since? I don't think so. And the Chargers just took down the Eagles and the Chiefs. Herbert, where are you on Herbert right now? He's
kind of where I'm always at with him. Is he really good? Or is he just good? I don't really know with Justin Herbert.
So the question is, now that the Cowboys, the pressure is off, do we get a better Cowboy team or a worse team? Are they mathematically eliminated?
Let me see. They have the OX next to their name.
I want to say they're not, but
they don't have the E next to their name just yet. They're 6-7. 6-7.
6-7-1.
6-7-1. Yeah, there it is. And so they are currently the 10 seed in the NFC. So I think this would officially cook them if they lose this game.
I mean, they get two very winnable games after that, which is what made the Vikings loss so bad for them.
Yeah.
Because the best they can go now is 9-7-1. I don't think that gets them in. So they're in trouble. I mean, listen, Harbaugh, say what you want to say about him. He should be a coach of the year candidate with all the injuries they've had. If he gets them going, if they win out here, he's done a lot. But it's at Dallas. I'm just going to take the team that I think is a little better right now and more to play for, and that's the Chargers.
Yeah, I like the Chargers. Yeah. Omari and Hampton's been back now for a couple weeks, and this is a run defense you can get after. Chargers have won 3 games in a row. Chargers 5-0 in the division this year, so they're cooking in the AFC West. I know this obviously isn't an AFC West team they're playing, but it's been good stuff from them. So, yeah, I'll roll with the Chargers as well.
The Daniel Jones Bowl, Vikings -3 at the Giants.
Yeah.
Dart's playing.
Is he? Yeah. Always banged up, so he's ready to go. Okay,
it's not in the tent.
It's a nasty game right here. I'm gonna go with your Vikes. I'm laying that on the road. JJ's been looking pretty good the last couple weeks. I know they beat up on a bad defensive team in Dallas last week, but he's got some confidence right now, which I like traveling on the road. So yeah, I'll roll with them.
I feel like they got a little more to prove, even though they're out of it, than the Giants do. I feel like the Giants are probably more in pack-it-in mode than the Vikes even are.
And if you're JJ, you really got to start showing hey, don't look elsewhere when we get to the offseason.
Yeah, my point is that I think that he's rebounded slightly.
Yeah, yes.
And now they got to see it again. I don't have a lot of confidence in it, but I think the Vikes probably show up to this game with a little more pride. So give me the Vikes.
All righty, we will follow that up with a huge one in the NFC South. Buccaneers -3 in Carolina.
Yeah, I can't believe the Bucs collapsed against Cousin Kirk. I just can't believe it. That was it.
Wasn't it?
That was that. I mean, you got to win that game. Panthers, I can't figure that. I've been on the wrong right side of them all year. I don't know which way to go with them. Baker's been playing a little hurt. I think the Panthers can run it on them. That's the scary part. Mm-hmm. And I'd rather have the points at home, so I'm going to take the home dog.
Yeah, I liked what I saw last week from Mike Evans. I think him coming back and looking like the Hall of Fame talent that he has always been, and he'll soon be in Canton one day. I'll roll with them, but Baker's play right now doesn't bring me a lot of confidence. I will say that. It hasn't been as consistent as it has been in the past. So I'm going to roll with Tampa, though. I'm going to roll with Tampa on the road in this one.
Believe it or not, this game is airing locally. Jaguars at Broncos. Broncos -3.
Wow. We're airing this?
Interesting. Well, not we, but...
Oh, okay. Man, combined between these two teams, 22 wins right now between the Jaguars and the Broncos. Trevor Lawrence is playing some really good ball right now, but I just think traveling out there, tough defense he'll go up against. I'll go with Denver at home.
They've won 11 straight. I know that has to end at some point, but not at home. And I know the Jags he's coming off a career game. So maybe you want to ride that way, but not in Mile High.
To your point, AR, Broncos 7-0 at the crib this year.
Yeah, I think Bo's going to play. Bo Nix will play better than him, better than Trevor. He comes down a little bit. I think the Broncos will blitz him. They'll get after him a little bit. I like that he had a bounce back game, but I like back in Denver at home.
Channel 10, 425. Steelers at Lions. Lions -7. I believe the Lions have not won back-to-back games and have not lost back-to-back games this season. And I think they lost their last game, which means they are about to open a can on us.
Really?
Can of what?
Whoop ass.
There we go.
It's not like the Lions defense is that great. It's okay, but I'm with you. I think that they're in desperation mode now, the Lions. I think they're a team that I would back. I don't love the points. I think that's a lot, but I think that when they get cooking, there may be something there. But I think we'll see if you guys can. Hopefully, you won't stop Gibbs too much.
For me, what's going on with T.J. Watt? Like that his health right now.
Not playing.
Issue?
Yeah. So I'll roll with Detroit. I'll roll with Detroit at home.
I also think that Jahmyr Gibbs is like alternating between 3 touchdown games and 0 touchdown games or something like that. I don't know what's going on.
Well, he's a home run hitter. And
Montgomery's he's a good running back too, right? You got to give him some work.
To your touchdown point, TLC, they take Gibbs out when they get to the 5-yard line. They put Monty in.
He's got a couple receiving touchdowns.
That's what I mean. Like he's got
the hammer.
He's got to hit it from outside the 12, and if he does, then I'm happy. But man, when he's off the field, I don't understand it.
Here comes number 5. It's the physicality part that he brings, and Campbell loves that.
All right, we'll come back in 2 minutes with our friend Mike Petraglia. Trags will talk about the Bengals and if any offseason moves are coming. Rothman and Ice on the Fan.
You got this. Breathe. You got this. You got this.
In the moments that truly matter, what do? Rise to the occasion. Ohio Health. It's time.
Never have I ever called my sister from the finish line of my first marathon. Hello? You won't believe where I am. Are you running? Mile 26. I'm gonna make it.
Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e with its advanced camera system on us. Plus 2 lines for just $30 a line.
Guys, I can't believe it.
I knew you could do it, babe.
That was amazing. Mom, how do you feel? I feel great. I can't feel my feet. Let's take a picture, and then you may carry me to the car.
Share every stride, every mile, every memory on America's best network. Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e on us and 2 lines for just $30 a line.
With 24 monthly bill credits and 2 eligible port-ins on Essentials 55 Plus for well-qualified customers with autopay plus taxes, fees, and $35 device connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Contact us. Finance agreement 128 gigabytes, $599.99 required. Best mobile network in the U.S. based on analysis by Google of Speed Test Intelligence data 1H 2025. Visit T-Mobile.com.
Oven-baked French toast, hot melty cheese, and meat, and meat, and meat. Introducing UDF's new 3-meat French toast sandwich, piled with bacon, sausage, and Canadian bacon. United Dairy Farmers. Mornings made for you.
Give the gift everyone wants. Fun in your own game room. Beat the last-minute scramble with a gift card from Billiards Plus. And let that special someone go on a shopping spree they'll remember forever. Billiards Plus, making dreams come true on Dublin Center Drive in Dublin.
Rothman and Ice is sponsored by your local Pella Window and Door showroom on Gemini Parkway. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
True to his name, Matty Ice wears a winter coat in the middle of summer. He lives the gimmick, man. You're listening to Rothman and Ice.
All right, back at it. And our boy Trags, even though they're out of it, there's still news coming out of Cincinnati with trying to find the happiness for Joe Burrow and all that good stuff. And Trags nice enough to join us here on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. All right, my man, how you feeling?
Well, it's pouring rain down here in the southern part of the state, and I'm on my way to practice right now in locker room availability. Jamar Chase speaks today. Don't know if he's going to have any great nuggets for us that Zach Taylor and Joe Burrow haven't already provided this week. We'll see.
You going poncho at practice today, Trags? Is that what you're wearing out there? Where are we going?
I don't know yet. I just want to stay dry, so I may stay in my car for as long as possible, then run into the building.
Our guy Trags with the Jungle Roar pod and a lot more covering the Bengals. How did you read his comments this week? I asked Adam Schefter yesterday on whether he believes, with the people he talks to, that Joe Burrow likes Zach Taylor and wants him to continue to be his head coach. You would know this as much as anybody, at least get a feeling on it. Is he a big supporter of his head coach?
He is. He does like Zach. I think he feels like he can do things with Zach and not get permission, so to speak, that he would have to with other coaches. Maybe one exception to that is Joe Brady. the offensive coordinator with the Bills. Other than that, though, he has pretty much full run of the house and of the table in Cincinnati with the Bengals, does Burrow. And he does like that. I think with Joe Burrow, his bigger issue, and he'll never say this, we tried to get him to say it yesterday, is how the team is constructed around him. And clearly last year he was saying and intimating and giving all the hints that the whole team is on his shoulders. And it's still pretty much that way. Like even this year, even when he went out with injury for 10 weeks, everything revolves around Joe Burrow. Well, that's not how you win in the NFL long term. It clearly is not. And he wants to see a better effort in free agency, for instance, to bring in veterans, to surround the younger players on defense. He wants to see more of an effort to build out the offensive line in the offseason and not wait until the first week of training camp or the second week of training camp to bring in a Dalton Reisner. He just wants to see signs that the Bengals are on board full go in the offseason so that when it gets to the regular season, the Bengals aren't playing catch-up.
Trax, you kind of touched on Jamar Chase's comments, I believe, after last week's game, and I'm sure you were probably right around that media scrum where he alluded to maybe some changes in his mind that he would make. When you heard Jamar Chase say that, what did you think of that statement, and what changes do you think he's referencing?
I think he was hinting at the coaching staff because Jamar Chase is not getting to the level of, I think, the front office when he's talking about that. I think he was clearly kind of throwing some shade at some of the coaching staff and how the team has been run in practice. That's what Jamar Chase pays particular attention to, I think. And maybe I'm reading that wrong, but that's the way I read that. And, I think what's troubling to so many around the organization is the laissez-faire status quo is good enough because they went to the Super Bowl in 21 and went back to the AFC title game in 22. Zach constantly, and he did it again yesterday, he constantly goes back to that rationale, to that legitimizing the way the Bengals run their operation. And it's not a winning formula in the NFL. You know what it does do? It reinforces the stereotype that the Bengals are stuck in the past with their old ways because once or twice they hit gold with it. They feel like that emboldens them to stay with the way they run their mom-and-pop football operation.
So after that Bears game at home, that was just absolutely crazy, and then Loveland rips off that crazy touchdown. Chase Brown had some really spicy things to say after that game. After that moment, did you notice a shift in the team chemistry at all between the offense and defense?
For temporarily, yes, but then it was almost like Zach got Chase Brown back on board quickly. I think Chase Brown was right to call out the defense. Do you remember when Tom Brady in the offseason called out Joe Burrow to get on his defense, bring him into the room, and say, you guys need to get your act together. You guys need to get your crap together and stop making all of these mistakes. We're working our tails off on the offense. Get your crap together on defense. That's Tom Brady telling you what he would do if he were Joe Burrow. I get it. Joe Burrow doesn't have the fire and the intensity, and I was around Tom Brady for 25 years, that Tom Brady had. But what Brady is telling Burrow is, at some point, you as a franchise leader, not just the quarterback of the offense, you as a franchise leader have to hold the team accountable. You saw more from Chase Brown in that regard than you did anybody else on defense. And, that to me was kind of a watershed moment of the team is not having its feet held to the fire whatsoever. Nobody lost their job. Cam Taylor-Britt was benched for a little while earlier in the season, but nobody loses their jobs. Everybody's like, oh, well, we gave it our best. We'll come back next week and try harder. That's ridiculous.
You bring up a very good point. I think that goes to ownership. You know, how much ownership can Joe take over this squad? Because a lot of this stuff's been a little bit cryptic lately with him. So your point is well taken. And maybe behind the scenes, he will be a little more direct with the people he needs to. Let me get your confidence in the offseason that with the money they have, and they certainly have a lot, that they could go ahead and do some free agent shopping for this defense, and how confident you are in that.
They absolutely have to. I don't see a world where Joe Burrow comes back satisfied unless the Bengals do what they did in 2020 and 2021 when they brought in Trey Hendrickson, when they brought in Cheeto Awuzie, Von Bell, DJ Reader, Larry Ogunjobi. I think in my column this morning I list off the 6 free agents that the Bengals brought in that 2-year span. It transformed the defense. And what were they? They were all leaders who kicked, it kicked tail. And they helped develop the younger players, and I didn't even mention Jesse Bates. That was a terrible mistake by the Bengals as it turned out. A terrible mistake to let him go. They never have been able to replace him in the secondary. But they need to do that, have that kind of off-season to supplement some of the good young players on defense who are not ready to lead. If you do that, you're going to have the rookie players and the second-year defensive players are going to play at a higher level. They're not going to feel the pressure that they have to come in and be playmakers right away.
Trags, what happened with the whole Jermaine Burton situation? Because I know when he got drafted, I believe in the 3rd round, there was some excitement about maybe adding him to an already good offense. But talk about what was happening behind the scenes this year and what led to that end result.
Oh, that's the dunk part 2. That's dunk part 2, where and it happened. And the funny part about it is, it always happens right at the end of the question.
I mean, we can't make that up.
And here's the deal: I don't even know if we have time to get him back.
What, you think I was reaching for the phone? I'm reaching to play this.
Does the quarterback situation at Penn State just end any conversation that they could be in this game?
You got to cut the other one for the next segment.
The sequel. Dunk the sequel. I thought your question was good because now that they've cut ties with him.
Apparently, Trags disagreed.
Oh, man. He said maybe it was that weather down there.
He was protesting the question.
Oh, okay. I thought you said maybe he was back.
Tell him thanks.
Well, at least you got to call him at least.
I'll text him and let him know. We had 1 minute left in the break.
Oh, my goodness. That is unbelievable. That is so
perfecto.
Funny that happened that way. You can't make it up.
Never happens in the middle of the question when you kind of know he's gone.
Oh, man.
Dunk.
Or in the middle of an answer.
We'll come back with Tell the Truth next. Rothman and Ice and the Fan.
We have so many local shows, I can't fit them in a 10-second promo. So let's just say we're live and local all damn day. The Fan.
Picture it, your holiday table, the family cooking together, the scent of golden brown bread, rosemary from roasted potatoes, and a salad so crisp it snaps. This season at Kroger, make the moments that matter possible with quality that's affordable in every aisle. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
You can save big on 12 packs of Coca-Cola, Pepsi, or 7-Up. Select varieties or buy 2, get 3 free with your card. Limit 10. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Do you hate holiday pictures because of your teeth? What if a brand new smile was possible?
No matter what the current state of your mouth.
Welcome to Runyon Dental Group, home of the Implant and Smile Center, where gorgeous, healthy smiles become a reality.
At Runyon, we've built a team of some of the most highly trained arch and implant doctors in the entire nation. This isn't an ordinary dental practice.
We believe that everyone can have a great smile.
Including you, especially you. Your new smile is waiting at Runyon Dental Group.
Take action and get expert service from Logan Services. Heating service calls are just $79. Furnace tune-ups are also $79, and plumbing service calls are just $79. We work in your neighborhood, and scheduling online is quick and easy. So visit our website to book your appointment now. For fast, friendly service, choose Logan Services.
This Christmas, get a bonus AI Essentials course when you enroll in any My Computer Career IT program by the end of the year. That's a $3,900 value. Attend classes online or on campus. Enjoy lifetime job placement support and IT certifications in high demand. Go to mycomputercareer.edu today and take the free career evaluation. That's mycomputercareer.edu, an elite CompTIA certification partner. Conditions apply to AI offer and financial aid is available to those who qualify, including the GI Bill.
I have a special announcement. Common Man and Timmy is the most listened to radio show in the state of Ohio. Coming in at number 2, Common Sense. You should listen anyway.
Weekdays from 3 to 6.
The Fan.
Hey, Central Ohio, it's Andrew from Home Team Solutions. And yes, we buy houses for cash the easy way. We've been buying houses for over 20 years and we've seen it all. Whether you've inherited a property, you're behind on payments, the house needs work, or just want to avoid the hassle of listing, we've got you covered. No repairs, no clean out, no stress, just a fair cash offer and you pick the closing date. We've helped hundreds of homeowners sell fast and hassle-free, and we're proud to have 5-star reviews all across Central Ohio and an A+ rating with the BBB. If you're ready to sell your house the easy way, call Home Team Solutions at 614-962-SELL. That's 614-962-7355, or visit us online at selltohometeam.com. Home Team Solutions, local, trusted, and family-owned. Again, that's 614-962-SELL, 614-962-7355, or selltohometeam.com.
You got this. Breathe. You got this. You got this.
In the moments that truly matter, what do? Rise to the occasion. Ohio Health. It's time.
Oven baked French toast. Hot melty cheese. And meat. And meat. And meat. Introducing UDF's new 3-meat French toast sandwich. Sweet and savory cinnamon swirl French toast piled with thick cut bacon, natural pork sausage, and smoky Canadian bacon. It's the newest flavor in our lineup of breakfast sandwiches. All stacked fresh, all served hot, and all made in store to make your morning. The new 3-meat French toast sandwich from UDF. Mornings made for you.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Right Way Heating and Cooling and Bryant. Doing whatever it takes to keep you and your home comfortable. The Fan.
Tell the truth with Rothman and Ice.
Sponsored by Window Nation. Right now, get 50% off all window styles from Window Nation at windownation.com.
All right, TLC, take us home.
Talk about what was happening behind the scenes this year and what led to that end result.
Did you talk to him during the break?
I sent him a text.
Okay.
Oh, he responded. Let's see. Sorry about that, Cole. Great segment.
It was.
It's good. Yeah.
He said good stuff.
Was being the operative word.
I didn't know that he had covered Brady for that long. That was the 20-plus years he was around Tom Brady. That was an interesting nugget there.
Maybe you should have asked him about deflated balls.
Smashing cell phones. Remember times I do that all the time, AR?
Give me that SIM card.
Come on, man.
Let's see.
Tell that SIM card who's boss.
And they're over here weighing football.
Oh, nice.
Thank you.
That's our guy. Why am I drawing a blank?
Are you serious?
If your victory as a Cleveland Browns fan is New England's not good anymore, I mean, I feel bad for you.
Still don't know his name?
AR, you got this.
No, Can you not do that, man? I'm on the radio.
Burr.
Yes.
Bill.
Yeah.
Okay.
Big ass franchise.
There we go.
You know, you just get done doing a 3-hour show.
What was that one?
Bitch ass franchise.
He's talking about the Colts. Hey.
Oh, man.
I love when you asked him about, I just want to check in how you're doing, you know? I mean, the Patriots are in the dumps a little bit. And I love how you're calling me now, asking me how things are going.
We're calling him during all those Super Bowl runs.
Oh, then he went.
Bitch ass franchise.
He was on one with us. That was great.
That's what we wanted it to be when you got Bill Burr on.
And then his kid was like talking to him or something.
Can you not do that here, man? I'm on the radio.
That's right.
Oh, man.
We were a priority. Well, I mean, I wasn't a part of that, but whoever, Colin was a part of that.
CB, yeah.
You three were a priority. All right. I think I got something working for this Christmas gift parlay.
Okay.
In fact, I'm giving Ice this as well.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I like that.
It all goes into the fund.
Yes. If the bet loses, it's on me. If the bet wins, it's for you two.
No sweat bet.
There we go. So we're trying to come up with something like long-term, something that we can follow and have fun with. So I got 3 events that are taking place in this parlay. I think we got some really good odds here, okay? So at plus 140, the Los Angeles Dodgers win the National League.
Yeah, I really like that.
Okay.
I really like that because they may mess around and get Scooble, too. They ain't done. So, yeah, I like that. Getting that now.
Right, we're already tying this bet up through this money up through September.
Okay.
Whatever. All right.
Well,
all right. No, go ahead.
Let's bump it up to March,
That's
April
good.
then. Okay.
No, I'm throwing them in there.
All right, April, May. Carlos Alcaraz wins the French Open.
It's your expertise right here, AR.
It's either him or Yannick Sinner. So we got a 50-50 shot, basically. Plus 140.
50-50 limit line.
Okay.
Now, we have to play the schedule game for this one. Plus 190. The Pittsburgh Steelers lose in the wild card round.
Ooh.
We have to play the schedule game with the Ravens on that.
Yeah.
But if the Dodgers win the National League...
But they also have to make the playoffs.
Yes.
You got to beat the Ravens. Okay, all right, okay.
That's the schedule game. So, Dodgers win the National League. Carlos Alcaraz wins the French Open. And the Pittsburgh Steelers lose in the wild card round. A $50 bet would win $785.
It's a nice dinner on TLC right there.
Mm-hmm.
Nice dinner on TLC.
So you would split that, and you would each get a little less than $400.
Okay.
And it'd be my $50 that would lose.
What worries you the most of those 3 legs?
Maybe Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I'm comfy with tennis and baseball. The 2
Yeah, like
I'm pretty comfy with that.
I feel like riding with that. I just think Pittsburgh's a tough ask right now.
Okay, well, here, but
it's okay. I mean, that's what makes it fun. That's what makes the odds what they are.
The most likely outcome at plus 105 would be miss the playoffs. Losing the wild card is a plus 190. So if we drop it down to that, if you want to have them miss the playoffs, then it would be a $50 bet to win between the two of you about $270 instead of $400.
So a nice little dinner. Maybe shave off an app or 2, but it's a nice little dinner.
I'm just looking at the schedules and making sure that we can pull this off. Pittsburgh right now is 8-6, and they play at Detroit. You think they're losing, so that goes to 8-7.
Yep.
They go to Cleveland and win.
They're winning
9-7.
9-7, and then it all comes down to can you beat Baltimore at home?
Oh, that's going to be like a Sunday nighter probably, because the winner probably goes.
Unless we can get the Ravens to lose their next 2, and then it may not matter.
Each
correct?
of them?
Well, they're playing New England and then at Lambeau. It's not like they're going to be favored in either one of them.
Wow. I still think they split.
Oh, what was the line for our game this week?
Yeah, what is the line on New England and Baltimore? I don't even know.
Me either.
I just assumed they would be a home dog.
Ravens -3.
Oh, so they're the favorite.
I will say this. The New England Patriots have far and away played the easiest schedule mathematically.
Last place schedule from last year, right?
They have.
Okay. Did they finish last place in that division last year? Either way, doesn't matter.
They drafted
were
4th.
Yeah, they're bad teams, so it really doesn't matter.
Would have been Browns.
Do you like the Steelers to beat them on the final week of the year?
No, because I think we split.
You guys beat us at home, man.
But you can still get in?
You guys,
if you lose that game?
No. We would have to win the division.
So the plus 105 to miss the playoffs for you may be a safer path for us to kick off this 3-leg parlay.
Okay.
Right? The plus 105 part of it? Rather
than
a
$50 total?
Yes.
25 a piece?
Yeah.
No, 50 from me.
50, it's his.
It's my gift to you.
Yeah, this is our Christmas gift.
All right. I'm just saying, I was wondering if we could bet it both ways. With Pittsburgh missing it and then losing in the first round.
2 parlays.
Yeah, like maybe we could just protect ourselves.
You know what? A $25 parlay on each?
Because there's enough money there to work with.
Smart. Let's do
we
that.
don't just paint ourselves into the corner on the Steelers.
Let's do that.
Okay.
Let's do that.
We'll do both out. We'll do Dodgers win the National League. We'll do Carlos Alcaraz wins the French Open. And we'll split it into 2 parlays where we have the Pirates. I know the Pirates are missing the playoffs. We'll have the Steelers miss the playoffs, and we'll have the Steelers make the playoffs but lose in the first round.
Yeah.
Let's cook that up. That's a good call by AR. Let's cook that up.
All right. That is my gift to you, too.
Nice.
And it'll have some camaraderie.
Yep.
Probably win.
Interest. Let's try to get to that third leg.
Ice is going to be following tennis in the French Open.
Yep.
And we just have to worry about Yannick Sinner.
Oh.
And think about it, dude. The Dodgers are so deep. They can afford a couple injuries. Other teams may not be able to.
It's crazy.
Edwin Diaz in the back end of that bullpen now. Are you kidding me?
It's silly, man. They had money come off their books so they could spend money this all season, and they've got prospects to go get Schoolboy.
What if they trade for Schoolboy?
That's what I'm saying. It's just
all right.
It's silly.
That's it. 2 $25 parlays.
Okay. We're in.
Done.
I like it.
Nice little scratch off.
I like scratch and sniff
for us.
Oh, my God.
All right. Oh, man. Is that all? What do you got, AR?
No, I was just saying, that was it, right?
Yeah, probably.
Okay. All right. Hey, before we go, you miss anything from our show, don't worry. You can always catch up wherever you get your podcast. All you got to do is type in Rothman and Ice. Everything we do from noon to 3 will be waiting there for you. Subscribe to the podcast as well. Bet365 is the sponsor of the Rothman and Ice podcast. Coming up on Common Man and Timmy. Common Man in the house. Nicole Sheeran in for Timmy Hall. Don't move. Coming up on a Football Friday tomorrow. We'll get you ready for the college football playoff and a lot more.
All right. Keep it locked on the Fan, and we appreciate you listening. Rothman and Ice on the Fan.
T-Bone and Tyvis are everything you want in a delicious breakfast. Lots of empty calories, no nutritional value.